I'm going to use it. I hope you do the same.
The San Antonio Spurs are being introduced here at the Alamodome in San Antonio, Texas, as we get ready for Game 1 of the Western Conference Semifinal Best of 7 between the Los Angeles Lakers and the San Antonio Spurs. Dick Stockton and Hubie Brown, and we'll be back with the tip-off after these messages.
When I grow up, I want to file all day.
I want to claw my way up to middle management. Be replaced on a whim. I want to have a brown nose.
I want to be a yes man.
Yes woman.
Yes, sir. Coming, sir.
Anything for a raise, sir.
When I grow up,
I want to be underappreciated.
be paid less for doing the same job.
I want to be forced into early retirement.
Take the Compass Career Assessment Test now on Monster.com.
For everyone. Who'd rather do it themselves. For these magnificent do-it-yourselfers, we make the new generation of Wagner power painters with power to handle today's thicker one-coat paints. Simple electronic settings to spray as wide or as narrow as this, and more time-saving attachments than ever before, which makes you more incredible than ever. If it needs painting, staining, or sealing, the choice is easy. Get a Wagner and get it done. Look for the Wagner power painter at Sears and Sears hardware stores.
Will features like voicemail work when I travel?
Let me ask my supervisor. Hello! Wow! That all depends. If you're traveling from Zone A to Zone B, or B to C, or E to F, or S to D, or P to D to Q, or A to C to MD, or J to G.
Sprint PCS works the same wherever you go. On the nation's only 100% digital, 100% PCS network built from the ground up. Plus, you get the new free and clear plan, including free long distance.
Hey, thanks.
Hi. Sprint PCS, the clear alternative to cellular.
Somewhere in the universe, the ultimate evil stirs. But 3 legendary heroes have come together and will lead the battle to save the galaxy from the menace of the dark side.
Right after lunch.
Play Defeat the Dark Side. Get a game medallion and you could win one of millions of prizes instantly. Even a Star Wars speeder. Only at Taco Bell, KFC, and Pizza Hut.
Back in San Antonio, the Home Depot starting lineups, and good news for the Lakers. Glenn Rice, who did not play in the series clincher against Houston on Saturday with a sore right elbow, tested it before the game and will start up front for the Lakers. Hubie?
Well, we know that in round 1, Shaq dominated Houston, 29 points, 10 rebounds, 4 blocks, got to the line, 14 attempts per game. On the other side, Tim Duncan, the only player in the league to be in the top 10 in 5 different categories, must play big and dominate, read, and worry at that power forward position.
2 teams are on a collision course. The Lakers have won 7 of 8 going back to regular season, and the Spurs 8 out of 9. Both teams won their first-round playoff in 4 games, and we're underway with the Lakers controlling the tip.
Now, the Lakers have definitely improved their overall spacing and their assist ratio. Shaq doing the major guy, seeing all of the cutters.
But he loses the ball on the first possession to David Robinson, and Avery Johnson, who is the leading scorer for San Antonio in the first round, misses a layup after penetrating inside.
The thing right now when you're with the Lakers is just stay within what you're doing. You know you're going your power game as best as possible. Now that's what you did not want to happen. That David Robinson picks up a quick foul so early. You know you have insurance with Will Perdue, and then you have the double teaming of Tim Duncan.
Steve Javie, Ron Garrettson, and Joe DeRosa are the officials working in Game 1. The Lakers won the season series 2 games to 1. As Shaq misses the shot and the rebound by Duncan, but neither coach puts much stock in that because the Spurs lost too early on when they dropped 8 of their first 14 games, and the Lakers lost to San Antonio when they were still struggling in April. Here is Duncan with his first shot of the game.
Well, that is a healthy sign. You saw that the Lakers did not come. They say that Reed is going to be able to handle him. Well, we'll see about that.
And the other X factor for the Lakers is Kobe Bryant coming off points and a tremendous all-around game against Houston. Now here is David Robinson inside, and Shaq gets a piece of that. And it's Shaq with his blocking ability that he has really raised his game in the playoffs.
This stick is the first season since he's been in the league that he was not in the top 10 in 4 categories because he shot blocking. But in round 1, he raised that to 4 blocks a game.
Rookie head coach Kurt Rambis, who took over for Del Harris, and Greg Popovich, the coach of the San Antonio Spurs, who have home court advantage throughout the playoffs in the NBA series. Mario Elie looking for the foul, did not get it, and so the Lakers with the ball and a tie score. Derek Fisher, who's been shooting better in postseason, misses, but there is Shaq cleaning up. Tipped up and in by Fisher.
Well, that sometimes is unexplainable, okay? When one of the smallest guys on the floor gets in between all the 7-footers and taps it in.
And talk about smaller players. 5'11" Avery Johnson guarded by the 6'1" Derek Fisher. Here is David Robinson going strong, and a blocking foul called against Shaq. So Shaq and the Admiral each have 1.
Yeah, I like that strategy. They are going to use Duncan as much as possible on the low box, and then every time that Robinson gets the ball, it will be somewhere in the medium high post to high post. That will allow him to get the jump shot or to attack Shaq off the dribble.
Avery Johnson, who is shooting an amazing 59%. Duncan is double teamed. Sean Elliott from the corner misses a 3, and Kobe Bryant gets the rebound. Bryant had 6 rebounds and has been clearing the boards extremely well in postseason.
Oh, yes.
And Glenn Rice, who is the second leading scorer at 19 a game, and that's why the Lakers sorely need him in game 1.
You have to pay attention in this game in transition. You must get back and get to a man. Both teams are very quick in the open floor.
And here is Duncan. And illegal defense called against the Lakers. That's the first violation, as Kurt Rambis holding the San Antonio Spurs to 1-6 shooting in the first couple of minutes of this game. And it's been a rocky first year for Rambis, getting his master's degree as a head coach. Mario Elie driving in and is fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot. The personal is on Glenn Rice.
When you look at the Lakers defensively, they're not bad, but they are 28th in the league in fouls. That means that they put people on the foul line 29 shot attempts per game. That is very, very bad, because if San Antonio can shoot any type of a percentage, now we have to back that up and say we have 2 of the worst foul shooting teams in the league here tonight, both shooting at 69%.
And Shaq's performance at the line, and right now 46%, one of the big reasons why the Lakers struggle. Lakers up 6-3 in the opening moments. Nearly 3 minutes gone by in the first quarter.
Now they're trying to post Rice. I like that against Elie because he has a height advantage. There you go.
And Glenn Rice, who's one of the best perimeter shooters, but can post up, something that people forget about with Rice, who came over from the Charlotte Hornets in the big midseason trade. And really, it's been a distracting kind of year for the Lakers, but they seem to have survived it and flourished. Elliott going up, and Bryant got a piece of it. Kobe gets a piece of Sean Elliott's shot.
Yeah, Kobe got away with a lot of body bumping there right now. Elliott was not happy.
And Bryant goes underneath, and here is Rice for 3, and he's got it. Glenn Rice now with 7 of the Lakers' 10 points.
I thought this guy had a bad elbow. All right? I mean, he's not worrying about range. He's launching from downtown.
And Glenn Rice getting off to a hot start. It is 11-3 as we check the score, giving Rice the 3-point basket. We'll be right back.
Now a call from the road is like a call from the park, because now they're as affordable as calling from home. Introducing AT&T Personal Network. Your calling card calls, wireless calls, and long-distance calls from home are just 10 cents a minute, all for just $29.99 a month. You can even add internet access. Just call 1-800-4ATT now. AT&T Personal Network. Now, no matter how you call, it's like calling from home. Call 1-800-4ATT now.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Is it the Chrysler Sebring LXI Coupe or the Chrysler Sebring Limited Convertible? Multi-valve V6, speed-sensitive steering, room for you and 3 friends, and a luxurious leather-trimmed interior. Now, the choice is yours. Get $1,000 cash allowance on the Sebring Coupe and on the Sebring Convertible. Chrysler, engineered to be great cars.
And the Grand Slam is probably, the worst thing you can give up as a pitcher.
It's terrible. It's brutal. I mean, you'd rather smash your car on the way home. I mean, it's terrible.
Pirates and Braves, 7:35 Eastern, Tuesday night on the Superstation.
The Toronto lead is still double figures. Christie coming across, gets the ball from Carter. Vince Carter, has he got Hawks? Look at him fly. Vince Carter doing what he does best, the aerial attack. Go, Jay. Come on, bro. Good job, man. Let's go, man. I got you. Shut up. Don't buck him. Don't serve him. Go, baby. 1, 2, 3, let's go. Back at the Alamodome, the Lakers jump out to an 11-3 lead over the San Antonio Spurs. And Hubie, you got to be impressed with the way the Lakers have performed offensively against certainly a better defensive team than they played in the first round.
Well, you have to remember now, they've improved their spacing, they've improved their defense, and also in round one, they were able to get Shaq, Kobe Bryant, and Glenn Rice their numbers, 29, 18, and 18. That's always the test. Now, in the first quarter here, in the early going, they might even surpass that.
And they're doing a pretty good job defensively. The Spurs only 1 of 7 from the field. Nearly 4 minutes gone by in the opening quarter. Duncan has scored 2 points, and now he has 4. So Duncan, very impressive performance. The only player in the top 10 in scoring, rebounding, shooting, and block shots.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure right now on Reed and Horry to somewhat contain him.
And Shaquille O'Neal looking for the foul. David Robinson, one of the premier defensive players in the NBA. Inside. Now he goes on the offensive side, and he's fouled. David Robinson, who really only comes alive offensively when Duncan is out of the game, and will go to the line. The shooting 2. The personal foul is called against J.R. Reed. Coming up on the AT&T halftime report, chance to get caught up on tonight's Indiana-Philadelphia game, won by the Pacers 94-90. Highlights and interviews from players and coaches. So join Kenny Smith, Ernie Johnson, and Toronto's Charles Oakley in our Atlanta studio.
Now, Shaq will be tested all night tonight because David Robinson is excellent in changing ends. That time, Shaq was a little miffed because he thought that Robinson fouled him with the lower body on his release of that shot.
1 out of 2 for the Admiral and a 5-point Laker lead. And there again is Glenn Rice trying to post up. Duncan ran at him on a double team. 4 on the shot clock, and here is Kobe Bryant. Reed gets it off in time.
Oh, great.
And an air ball. Reed was wide open, but fired up an air ball and turns it over to San Antonio.
I tell you, Dick, in the early going, I'm really enjoying watching the Lakers. They are very quick. The penetration is great. The defense of the San Antonio Spurs is what you thought it would be. They're converging, and then their spacing has been excellent. They're getting good looks at the rim.
Game 2 will be Wednesday night here at the Alamodome, and games 3 and 4 will be Saturday and Sunday at the Great Western Forum. The Spurs, home court advantage throughout the playoffs, and they knocked off Minnesota in 4 games, having to win 2 consecutive road games to wrap up that series. Mario Elie, who's added a lot of passion and emotion to this San Antonio team, misfires, and here come the Lakers again, up by 5. Kobe Bryant trying to be curtailed by Elliott, misses the shot, and Lakers get back defensively. Sean Elliott leaves it for Duncan, and Kobe gambling for the steal. Plenty of time for the Spurs. Duncan given the outside shot off the front rim, so the Spurs continue to struggle from the field, and they are 2 for 9.
Well, everything basically has been perimeter right now at the Spurs end of the floor, except for Duncan down inside, and he's 2 for 2.
Rice gets the pass back from J.R. Reed, and J.R. Reed trying to save it valiantly, cannot, and it goes over to San Antonio.
See, this is a game where both teams are excellent shot blocking. San Antonio led the league, and then the Lakers were right up in there, but in the first round blocked 9 a game. So you got to establish an inside position. Do not settle for jump shots.
And that's what the Spurs have done largely as Reed knocks the ball away from Duncan. J.R. Reed with the steal.
Beautiful strip.
And now here is Shaquille O'Neal in heavy traffic. and the ball knocked out of bounds, and it's last touched by Shaq. A lot of traffic inside. Shaq hasn't scored. He's 0 for 4, but he's getting a workout physically.
Yeah, he's getting hammered. Now, he was hammered by Robinson and Duncan. Both guys foul him. And Ramdas right now is close to a technical foul because he was racing up and down the sideline trying to get to the referees.
Avery Johnson, again, we've got to say, another perimeter shot attempt by the Spurs.
That's why we brought up the point that, see, Avery Johnson and Ellie both shot 47% there in the air. That's high. But can they do it in this series? It was easier to do in the Houston series, but can you do it in this series?
Here's Kobe Bryant, who slides and travels. He lost his footing.
When you think of premier big men, we've got him here tonight. You got Shaq at one end with the points and the shot blocking, and at the other end you have Robinson and Duncan, both great shot blockers, rebounders, that they have the advantage. They have Will Perdue to come in, so you can always have a 7-footer on Shaq, and Duncan has a double teamer.
Here is David Robinson hitting, and a tough shot with Shaq in his face. So Robinson coming in averaging 15 a game in the playoffs, and a 50% shooter brings the Spurs to it in 3. The only time they've led was the first basket of the game. And here's Shaquille O'Neal, and he finally draws the personal foul.
Now that was a strong double team with Duncan and Robinson. And Shaq just stepped right through and then forced a split and got the body contact. Now just watch this. Here comes Duncan. Now watch him step through. See, the guy responsible for that is Duncan, because the man coming is the one responsible for the step through.
Well, Hubie, David Robinson has picked up a second foul, and you talked about Will Perdue's presence, and he's coming in the game now. A handy man to have with fouls to give on Shaq. He's had surgery to repair a broken nose, and wearing that mask. In fact, he's had 2 fractures of the nose, plus a sprained ankle, but he gives them the big size they need at 7 foot against Shaq as a backup.
See, Shaq versus Houston, he just dominated in the paint. And he got to the line 14 times a game because of all of the fouling. Well, here, there's going to be quite a bit of body contact on the big fella.
Tim Duncan throws the ball away, expecting a cutter, none there. So on the turnover, the Lakers get it back. Duncan so far has scored 4 points. Shaquille O'Neal only 1. And David Robinson, who scored 3 on the bench with 2 personal fouls.
Right now, there's tremendous pressure on Duncan with this unit that's out there to pick up the scoring.
Kobe Bryant guarded by Elliott. In low to Shaq, guarded by Will Perdue, and Shaq beats Perdue. Shaquille O'Neal, who has been unstoppable in the playoffs, and raising his game to a new level. That was his first basket. We'll tell you that it won't be his last. Elliott driving against Kobe Bryant and knocked away, and Reed and Bryant got their hands on it. Here's Derek Fisher with the lob inside the Shaq, and smartly fouled by Mario Elie before he went up.
The playoffs are always a test. During the season, your players are constantly adjusting to the refereeing from night to night. How is the game going to be called? At playoff time, you have to make the adjustment, but it's going to be played more under duress than the regular season. Now, right now, Sean Elliott is all upset because he's been hammered on 2 moves.
Shaq gets his offensive rebound and slams it through, and you better duck when he gets the ball that close to the basket.
See, Duncan has got the cover for Perdue. When Perdue gets Shaq to shoot the basketball and miss, Duncan has got to get to the rebounding. You cannot let Shaq rebound his miss shot.
Will Perdue comes back with a reverse layup and his first points of the game, but the Spurs, you're absolutely right, have to do a better job off the boards, where the Lakers have out-rebounded them 13-4 so far, with 3:25 remaining in the first quarter.
Oh, nice pass.
Lakers leading by 6. Duncan is guarding J.R. Reed, and Perdue and Shaq in a tag team match inside, and finally the foul is called against Will Perdue. Will Perdue, who was acquired from the Chicago Bulls in October of '95 for Dennis Rodman. So Perdue coming here, the unheralded figure in that trade, and Rodman, of course, winning world championships in Chicago and spending some time with the Lakers before he was released. Mario Elie complaining, and he is called for the personal foul, his second personal foul.
We have a ton of baseline screens, and we have baseline screens by wide bodies. So when you are a player covering a score, you have got to fight. Just follow the man. If you follow right behind the man, the screener cannot get a piece of your body.
The Spurs over the limit, and Rice makes the first free throw. Right now, let's check in with Craig Sager.
Well, as you mentioned earlier, Mario Elie has given the Spurs much-needed toughness, and as you see from the headband, it'll take a lot more than 20 stitches to keep him off the court. He was leveled 2 days ago by Minnesota's Anthony Peeler. He was dazed but not deterred, wiped off the blood, made the free throws, and came back to finish off the T-Wolves. And yes, Dick, that is Mario Elie, not Slick Watts.
Thanks for clearing that up, Craig.
I like what the Lakers are doing right now. They're trying to get time off the clock.
Jaren Jackson has just come in the game for Mario Elie, who goes out with 2 fouls. Misses as he rushed the shot in for the Lakers. Derek Harper, the veteran, has come in for Derek Fisher at the point. Under 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. The Lakers in front by 8. Matching their biggest lead of the quarter, and J.R. Reed has given them a double-digit advantage.
See, that's what I mean by spacing. That's by design. All of that movement, and then for Reed to step out. See, he's extremely dangerous on that jump shot from 10 to 17 feet. Before the trade from Charlotte to here, to L.A., he averaged 15 points a game in 32 minutes, so you know he can score.
You didn't have to be so nice. I would have liked you anyway. If we drove together once or twice and went upon your quiet way. The next neon, a lot more to love.
They've won more games in the 90s than any other team.
These guys want to win, and it shows on the field.
Their string of 7 consecutive division titles is the best in Major League history.
Well, we expected to win.
But still, that's not enough.
We've all never lost sight of our goal. Everyone is motivated to win another championship. You can see that winning attitude is here.
Every year is a mission.
That mission is to get to the World Series and win it.
The 1999 Atlanta Braves, all season on the Superstation.
TBS Superstation is the place for super sports. Atlanta Braves baseball.
To the wall. Strike 3, call.
The NASCAR circuit. The NBA season and the NBA playoffs.
Whoa, baby!
Plus, figure skating with FTD champions on ice and more. Super sports on the Superstation.
Well, I'm obviously very relieved that we won the game. I'm very happy about that. But like I told the guys, I said, look, you know, we didn't play well. We had some guys that played very well. Some guys, man, we got to get this thing put together. We got to come out the next game and make sure we win the ball game.
But the Pacers have yet to lose a playoff game. They have a 1-0 lead after their win over the Sixers. And tomorrow night at 8 o'clock on TNT, Game 1 between the Atlanta Hawks and the New York Knicks. As we take a look at the Eastern Conference Semifinals. And tomorrow night on TNT in the second game of our doubleheader, the Portland Trail Blazers go against the Utah Jazz. So that's our lineup. J.R. Reed, who, as you mentioned, was having his best season with Charlotte before that trade that sent Eddie Jones and Eldon Campbell. Glenn Rice, of course, came over as well. So a lot of adjustments that the Lakers had to make this year, not even including the coaching change in the Dennis Rodman fiasco.
Well, see, they gelled strong right at the end of the year. Going 4-0. They go in and they knock Houston out 3-1. They win 7 out of 8. But there is absolutely beautiful improvement, and it's in the spacing and in the team defense.
Duncan with a turnaround and hits. Duncan now with 6 points. Shaquille O'Neal goes to the bench for the first time, having scored 5 points, had 7 rebounds and 1 block, replaced by Sean Rooks.
Anytime San Antonio goes down inside the Duncan, something good happens.
And Kobe Bryant hitting from the corner. Bryant, who can explode at any time, played all but 1 minute of that game number 4 against the Houston Rockets, but at age 20, he can handle it. Rooks is on Duncan right now, and Duncan trying to post up double team with Rick Fox. He's checked in for the Lakers, and here is the drive to the basket by Sean Elliott, and it's blocked. Reed and Rooks both underneath, and here comes Kobe Bryant as the Lakers leading by 10, and Bryant gives them their biggest lead of 12.
See, that was smart. He knew that he was guarded right there by Avery Johnson. He backed him down to his favorite spot, gave the baseline move to go away from the double team. Easy field goal.
Avery Johnson driving and is fouled. And what a 1-2 punch Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe Bryant are. They combined for 61 points in that victory in game 4. 61 of the 98 points that the Lakers scored. Personal foul is on Sean Rooks and sending Avery Johnson to the line.
At the San Antonio end of the floor, Dick, anytime that they throw the ball into Duncan and he puts the ball on the floor, then the Lakers come with the trap. When Duncan passes out, they should go right back to him and let him repost. He'll be in the painted area, and he will be able to tear these people up.
Avery Johnson with one free throw, and the lead is 11 for the Lakers. Derek Harper, the point guard, along with Rick Fox, J.R. Reed, Kobe Bryant, and Sean Rooks. Bryant guarded by Jaren Jackson. Now double team, the man open. Reed with the shot. Good ball movement, but Reed missing from the perimeter as the Lakers are finding the open man.
And you're right, Dick. You see, because the spacing is good and everyone is getting high percentage shots. We're at the other end of the floor. Good shots are hard to come by.
And Avery Johnson, you mentioned 47%, which was his lowest shooting percentage in 8 years, but 59% and averaging 20 a game in the first round of the playoffs. Here is the screen and spot up. And Rick Fox posting up against Sean Elliott with a turnaround. Elliott gets a piece of it.
Get it out.
Good block by Elliott. 2-on-2. Jaren Jackson misses a wide open shot. Avery Johnson out-hustles Derek Harper for the loose ball.
Yeah, Derek got caught. He was too complacent that time. Never thinking that Avery Johnson would come back.
20 on the shot clock in the third quarter, and Duncan very quietly now on 4 for 6 shooting has 8 points, and the Lakers lead down by 7 as they play for the last shot of the first quarter.
They cannot stop him down on the boxes or in the painted area. He has too many moves, and he can shoot up over the top of Reed.
Kobe Bryant tried to get it on the baseline, but the pass hit the line, and the Spurs have plenty of time with 3.6 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Robert Horry, a good defensive player, has checked into the game. Reed goes out.
Now, Horry is not as big, body-wise, shall we say, as Reed. But Horry is a better shot blocker and will probably be up contending the shots of Duncan.
Jerome Kersey with the ball, fires it up and hit. It's a 3. And he's claiming a foul. I thought one of the Lakers got the ball before he went up for the shot. We'll take a look at the replay. But Jerome Kersey coming in for the final 3.6, nails a 3. Let's see if they got the ball on the arm, Hubie.
Now just keep an eye on this now. There it is there. He just fought it on a strip, but that's good, strong upper body strength, and it's very difficult to do to just step into the ball game and launch a shot at that distance.
But the Spurs run off the last 8 points of the first quarter and trail the Lakers by 4 after 1.
This track may be empty now, but on Memorial Day weekend, this place is rocking.
Charlotte's great. Enthusiasm is just incredible. Hundreds of thousands of screaming fans screaming for you.
Get your blood pumping immediately.
It's always wild. I love that racetrack. It got lots of room and lots of speed. You couldn't ask for any better than that.
It's the Great American Racing Weekend, and it's only on the Superstation.
The CarQuest Auto Parts 300 and the Coca-Cola 600. Memorial Day weekend only on the Superstation.
The Waterhouse Dow 30 Fund. Only from Waterhouse Securities. You can invest in 30 of America's leading blue chip companies. Companies that are literally household names. All in one convenient, no load, no transaction fee mutual fund. So call now for your free brochure and prospectus on the Waterhouse Dow 30 Fund. Available only from Waterhouse Securities, where investors who expect value feel right at home.
want to go to prom with the idea box.
What's up, prom? I am going to bust a move.
Oh, no.
Where's the party? Heads up, coming through. Gotta save prom. It's party time.
Put a party in your car. Rockford Fosgate, now at Best Buy. Now that's a great idea.
Following the 8-0 San Antonio run, the Lakers lead by 4 as we start the second quarter. The Lakers shooting just under 50%, much better than San Antonio, out-rebounding them and leading by only 4. Keep in mind that Shaquille O'Neal out the last 2.5 minutes, and the Laker lead was cut from 10 to 4, and he's back in there as we start the second quarter. Jaren Jackson, Malik Rose has come in for the first time in the game, as well as Antonio Daniels, the backup point guard. Here is Kersey, who hit the 3 as time ran out in the first quarter. He was just 3 for 14 from downtown in the regular year. And the Lakers now with Harper, Horry, O'Neal, Fox, and Glenn Rice, who leads them with 9 back in the game. Daniels guarding Harper, 6 on the shot clock. And here is Shaq. Not close to the basket, goes out to Fox. Long rebound into the hands of Shaq. And Glenn Rice threw the ball away, but Malik Rose was out of bounds. Could not stay in when he intercepted that pass, so the Lakers get possession.
Now, Malik Rose is basically 6'7". Maybe if you want to cheat a little bit, say he's 6'8". But he is guarding Shaq in the low post. Now, he's giving size, he's giving strength, and what they have to stay away from are a rash of early fouls and putting the Lakers into early penalty shooting. You do not want that to happen when you have your second unit on the floor.
So Rose, who has a big heart, very enthusiastic, you know, and the over-enthusiastic.
That's right.
Basically.
Now they have some bangers out there. Kersey, Rose, and Jackson. You have some physical people.
And, of course, for the Lakers, they've got Shaq and Robert Horry to match that. 12 on the shot clock. Daniels, who played in Vancouver in his rookie year, and Duncan driving to the basket is tripped up, and the Laker foul.
Right now, Dick, up until this point in the game, San Antonio wasting too many precious seconds getting into what they want at the offensive end of the floor. Something has got to happen. It's got to happen quickly. And if they're going to post Duncan, then let's get up to the floor and get into your sets and get it there so that you still have 12, 13 seconds to work with.
Rice with his second personal foul, and Duncan, who leads them in scoring with 8 points, defended by Horry, and makes the spin to the baseline, puts up a tough shot, and Malik Rose trying to keep it alive. And there's an example of his exuberance, which has helped him in so many big games. We remember against Utah, a very big performance for Rose.
The referees have established we're going to allow good physical contact. This is a big-time game, big-time series, no chintzy fouls, so you have got to adjust to that when you go to the basket.
And Shaq driving strong is fouled. Shaquille O'Neal with 9 rebounds, 4 off the offensive glass, is fouled by Malik Rose and will go to the line. O'Neal, who's 46% from the line in the playoffs, below his regular season, 1 of 2 thus far tonight.
You can see on the monitor where he averaged in the Houston series 14 foul shot attempts. Now you say, yeah, but he misses them. But while he is getting fouled, you are substituting the people who are playing him. And your key guy is going to get less minutes. And so you say, yeah, he missed the points except for one thing. David Robinson is sitting on the bench, and he is your second primetime man.
David Robinson went out early with 2 fouls and the 3 points scored. Will Perdue came in, and now they're using an actor for Malik Rose and Jerome Kersey in the game, a smaller team. And the rebound by Rose, and he's a crowd pleaser without question. And now Kersey, stepping on the line, turns it over to the Lakers.
If I'm Popovich, I'm not happy right now. Jackson and Kersey are getting great looks at the basket. Come on, guys, you've got to send something down so that we gain some confidence.
CNN Sports Illustrated, the sports network more people are switching to. Call your cable or satellite provider.
Sorry. Not enough. No. For the great taste that will fill you up and never let you down.
Paper or plastic? Paper.
Make it a Bud Light.
Guys, need a receipt?
You're on the TBS NASCAR circuit with Richard Petty.
When you get behind the wheel to start a race, a million things go through your mind. And all of them have something to do with one thing. Get into the front or stay in there.
Most of the time, right before gentlemen start your engines, you're trying to figure out what the guy in front of you, what the guy beside you, and what the guy behind you is going to do. The start of the race is the worst part of any race.
You just go through this chain of things that you worry about. I mean, you're a habitual worrier.
We do try to make some sort of a game plan, even though you can't stick by that all the time.
And you can set all the game plans you want to set. 9 times out of 10, the racing will go the way you think it's going to go. So everything's impulse.
The tension on pit road before you get into your car is just absolutely astronomical.
A lot of people say, hey, old Rusty, he's looking pretty moody, but that's the wrong word, man. What's going on? I'm getting pretty focused.
TBS and Richard Petty want you to know your NASCAR on the Superstation.
Coming up on Turner Sports, NBA playoff action continues tomorrow starting at 8 p.m. on TNT. Game 1 between the Knicks and the Hawks, followed by the Blazers at the Jazz. And then on Wednesday, starting at 7 on TNT, it's Game 2 between the 76ers and the Pacers, who won tonight, followed by Game 2 of this series between the Lakers and the Spurs. And that's all coming up on Turner Sports. David Robinson, who went out early with the 2 fouls and sat for 7 minutes, back in the lineup for San Antonio as the Lakers lead by 5 early here in the second quarter. Derek Harper driving, missing the layup, and Robinson getting the rebound. Antonio Daniels, the backup point guard for Avery Johnson in there, and Duncan missing from outside. Rick Fox clears. And the ball knocked out of bounds. Good hustle that time by Daniels, but it is still L.A. ball.
Now just keep an eye to the left of your screen up there. You know, he did get a piece of it. Go for that deflection every chance that you can.
Shaq, who is taking a beating down low, guarded by Duncan right now, as Robinson is defending against Horry. They don't want Robinson to pick up 3 on Shaq, and a steal by Antonio Daniels.
Look for the post. Yeah, look for the post quick.
They've got Duncan guarded by Horry.
Yes, he was late though.
Duncan with the turnaround, and the tip attempt by Robinson doesn't go. So it's interesting that now they're keeping David Robinson away from Shaquille O'Neal.
Oh, well, you have to do that. You know, you got Duncan right now, no foul, so you can afford to let him play O'Neal. And I like what Shaq is doing. He's continually trying to post you below the dotted line in the paint. Look at him. He's right in there now. They're missing him.
2 seconds on the shot clock, and Shaq going up, and the 24-second clock violation as the Lakers took too much time trying to get it to Shaq down low.
Yeah, he was open on 3 different occasions in there, and they're late with the pass. And when you are the guy who's responsible for that, will you please get it to him when he's open? Stop going and dribbling the basketball. You dribble a basketball, 1 bounce, you're going nowhere.
3.5 minutes have gone by here in the second quarter, and Robinson trying to get it inside. Last touched by the Lakers. And they'll come back in with 2 of their starters, and Derek Fisher, the point guard, and Kobe Bryant back in the game. Bryant having scored 6 points as Harper and Rick Fox go out. Off the glass, Duncan now with double figures.
That was just a beautiful screen, and they just popped Duncan out of the stack. Very well executed.
And the Laker lead, which was 12, now down to 3. Sandwiching Kobe Bryant, and Jaren Jackson fouling Bryant from behind.
Anytime you guard a player like Kobe Bryant, you cannot take a chance and then allow him to make a catch and step inside the defense. He's tough enough when you're in front of him, because he's going to do something of a highlight nature.
He looks like a wild card that if things break down, the clock is going down, he give the ball to Kobe, he can make things happen.
Well, he has done it ever since he's been in the league. Now, he was very consistent this year from a scoring standpoint. He's off to an excellent start in this series. In the Houston series, he matched what he did during the course of the year, right at 19 points a game.
Tim Duncan going out with 10 points, replaced by Malik Rose, and Avery Johnson is back in the game for the Spurs. Spurs, and now San Antonio called for an illegal defense. So each team called for one illegal defense. And the next time will be technical free throws on each team.
Well, I'm looking for the Lakers to pick up where they were in that first quarter. And by that, I mean with the beautiful ball movement, penetration off the dribble, find the perimeter guys, or go strong to Shaq.
Lakers haven't connected on a field goal yet in this quarter, and it still haven't as David. Shaq is blocked by Robinson. So the Lakers have not had a basket in nearly 6 minutes going back to the first quarter. And now, down by 3, the Spurs trying to inch closer. Working against O'Neal, David Robinson gets fouled, and Robert Horry committing the personal foul as Robinson went up. Wanted to get Shaq with the personal, and Horry instead committing it, sending Robinson to the line.
Now, during the course of David Robinson's career, he averaged 25 points and 12 rebounds. And everyone says, well, why are his averages down? Well, we know that he has a problem with the knees, and he also has a lower back problem. That's first. But the major thing is he's playing 6 less minutes a game, and also he's taking 5 less shot attempts. So you can't expect the man to put up the same type of numbers.
Spurs are on a 12-1 run, and they've climbed to within 1 point of the Lakers, who are up by 12. But a late burst by the Spurs, outscoring the Lakers 8-0 down the stretch of the first quarter. And this time Robinson got there late, and Shaq is fouled. Very quick move in the personal on Rose. That's the second for Malik Rose.
See, they're using Rose as a battering ram. 6'7", 250. Now he's fouling Shaq hard. Then you have David Robinson to come from the offside. One of the best shot blockers in the history of the NBA, David Robinson. And that allows them to have better overall balance. The key is now, Shaq is getting pounded. He is getting fouled hard. Will it wear him down as we go through 5, 6, or 7 games in a series?
Tell you what, he has shown no reaction to the officials. He has not even stared at them.
Very good point, Dick. Very good point.
And he's also done better than expected at the line thus far, hitting 4 out of 6. Lakers leading by 3 points. Nearly 5 minutes gone by. Some contact, no foul called. Jaren Jackson hitting a 3.
Jaren Jackson needed that field goal, and so did the perimeter guys for the Spurs.
Tied at 27. Shaquille O'Neal can't untie it, and now a foul is called. And Malik Rose raising his hand, and if it's against Rose, that'll be his 3rd, but they give it to David Robinson. And Robinson now picks up the 3rd, so you know why Rose was quick to raise his hand. The Admiral has 3, and that is going to be a major problem for Greg Popovich, who was out arguing with the officials on the floor.
Well, right now, Pop has got to be careful. Number 1, you don't need a technical because it's difficulty scoring. Number 2, you do not want them to sway the opposite way.
So, you going to buy this car
This
today?
SUV today or not?
Just for you.
I'm going to talk to my boss.
No hassles, no haggling, low prices. Log on to autobytel.com. We're changing the way America buys cars.
This is Propecia, a pill that might interest you. Talk to your doctor. And call 1-888-5-MERC-9 to see if you're eligible for a $10 rebate certificate. Propecia. There's no reason to wait.
Are you a murderer? Oh, yeah.
On June 4th,
Have I made your day?
enter the mind of a killer.
He lives with the animals. Becomes one.
Why does this all end in murder?
Academy Award winner Anthony Hopkins.
Who's in control?
Academy Award winner Cuba Gooding Jr.
You afraid to fall? Try me.
Instinct.
What are you up to? Therapy?
Rated R. Starts Friday, June 4th.
6 renegade rangers. If they don't find a cure, Earth is history.
Fire.
Crusade, a special limited series from the creators of Babylon 5. Watch the premiere Wednesday, June 9th at 10, only on TNT.
My name is David, and I'm in 4th grade. Today, my schoolmates and I went to a reading workshop. I was really excited because Keith Van Horn from the New Jersey Nets was there. He was a lot taller than I thought. Keith explained how important reading is and how fun it can be. I already already like to read, but he showed me that reading is cool too. Today was a good day.
Now, San Antonio has a stack right here. They have 3 guys in the stack, and Duncan is the middle guy. Now, what's going to happen? Watch how they squeeze down, and Duncan pops out from the middle. There it is right there. Beautiful, nice execution, and then he uses the backboard as well as any big man in basketball.
David Robinson, who has been either first or second all-defensive team in the NBA every year but one. Tremendous future Hall of Famer, as you see. His numbers down because the minutes are down, but on the bench right now, and in there now is Malik Rose along with Duncan. Kersey comes in with Avery Johnson and Jaren Jackson. Shaquille O'Neal, 1 out of 2 from the line. The Lakers have not made a basket in nearly 7 minutes, yet they lead by 1 point.
Well, we have a main struggle going on at the other end also.
That's right. Here is Duncan, who came back in the game. So Duncan came in after Robinson went out. He has 10 points. Jackson, who hit an earlier 3, comes up empty this time, and Ori clears the rebound.
So you're not even gambling. You should double team Duncan hard on the catch. Force him to pass the ball out and gamble on the perimeter shooting, because everyone on the perimeter right now is shooting a very poor percentage.
And Shaq very nearly got the roll. He got the foul and will go to the line again. So Shaquille O'Neal, who is tied with Glenn Rice for the Lakers scoring lead with 9.
Now they are working the horse, and the horse is the big fella. And what I like about it is they're catching him on the move. They're screening for him on diagonal screens. They're screening on horizontal coming across the lane, but he's moving. And once he makes his catch, his defender is behind him, and he constantly is able to get the shoulder up in front and gain an advantage.
Malik Rose with his 3rd foul goes out. So David Robinson and Malik Rose each with 3, and Will Perdue comes in for the 2nd time in the game. And Shaq makes both, so he is 7 of 10 from the line. Hubie mentioned how he went to the line 14 times in the Houston series. He's going to the line 10 already, and we have more than halfway remaining in the 2nd quarter tonight.
It looks like the Spurs have no idea where they're going. Oh, there, Ori's down.
And Duncan.
Yeah, well, Ori right now is giving the referee an earful, because he thought that he was pushed, but then naturally the referee is going to say that you flopped.
Lakers by 1. Rice coming off the screen. Kersey gets there late. And the tip. And Ori with great hustle out of bounds. And it is last touched by the Spurs. Robert Ori chasing the loose ball after Will Perdue got the tip. And the Lakers will get the ball as Ori and Kersey. Kersey, by the way, who played with the Lakers 2 years ago. Fight for it.
Well, Will Perdue falls asleep right there. Now, that was extremely quiet. That was a questionable play. Naturally, if you're the home team, you're going to yell and scream that. And Aaron and the fans are going to be in the face of the referee who was on top of the play. Right now, the 2 refs are getting together because they're talking about the shot clock, etc.
Rice will inbound. All 6 Laker points this quarter have been free throws by Shaquille O'Neal. They have yet to make a field goal. Here is Kobe Bryant. Goes out to Fisher. Fisher penetrating. And that's the first basket for the Lakers here in the 2nd quarter, and it comes with less than 5.5 minutes to go in the 2nd.
Now that's the 3rd time that Kobe Bryant has gone on a drive, either into the paint or on the baseline, found a man on the perimeter, and got the Lakers a score.
And a holding foul as Derek Fisher coming into a double team and help Ori on Tim Duncan, and the personal is called against Fisher, his first personal foul. The Spurs already over the limit, and the Lakers with 3 team fouls.
Well, I like the way that the Lakers have adjusted. They were waiting for Duncan to dribble before they would double team early. Now they're going at him quick on the post.
4 of the 5 starters for the Spurs who began the game, other than David Robinson in there right now, as the foul is on Ori, his 2nd, and that's the 4th team foul against the Lakers. So Elliott, Perdue, along with Ellie, Avery Johnson, and Tim Duncan for San Antonio.
Right now, Ori is really hot because he feels that he's been taken advantage of on 2 straight plays.
Here is Avery Johnson, and Fisher stays with him nicely. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Sean Elliott goes out, and Bryant is staying with him, looking for some room. And Sean Elliott with the basket. Elliott coming back after missing 89 games in the last 2 years with tendon repair surgery. Kobe Bryant puts up the big shot, and the Spurs come back looking to take the lead. San Antonio has not been in front since the opening basket of the game.
Well, I like the transitions on the 2 previous plays because they were up testing.
Avery Johnson, and it spins off for him. And Shaq getting the rebound. That's his 12th of his first half. And right now,
they're going to wipe the ball off.
Steve Javy wants to wipe the ball off. I thought he wanted some of those cameramen to move back, but the closer they are, the better for us.
See, right now the Lakers have got to do something in getting Rice and Bryant in the action where they get some shot attempts. Since they've come back in the game, that has been lacking. At the other end, San Antonio's offense, they've got to pick up the pace here. Too many seconds are being lost.
Here is Glenn Rice on the turnaround. So Rice, who scored 9 points in the first quarter, gets his first points of the second as we wind down to 4 minutes to go. The Lakers again lead by 3. The Spurs, despite their comeback and holding the Lakers without a basket for nearly 7 minutes, have not been able to wrest the lead away from the purple and gold. Duncan missing the hook, and Will Perdue taps it out to Elliott. And now in the hands of Avery Johnson. Duncan and Perdue setting up high. Perdue looking down for Duncan. Ori doing a good job keeping him away. Good feed to Perdue. Tim Duncan finding Will Perdue coming down the middle, and the Spurs again come within 1.
Now that happened because Shaq left Perdue at the top of the circle to double team. Will Perdue went right to the front of the ring.
3:15 to go in the first, and a steal by Avery Johnson. And Johnson gets the basket, and San Antonio with its first lead since the opening basket of the game.
Right now, Kurt Rambis wants his ball club to get the ball up the floor quickly so he can call a timeout so that he'll have more seconds on the clock.
Great defense by San Antonio in the second quarter, and it all began with that 8-0 run ending the first. Timeout with just under 3 minutes to go in the first half.
Sponge. How does everything look?
Looks good. It's real good.
What's his BP?
120/80.
Okay, folks. Close him up.
You're not Dr. Stewart.
No. But I did stay at a Holiday Inn Express last night.
When I grow up, I want to file all day.
I want to claw my way up to middle management. Be replaced on a whim. I want to have a brown nose.
I want to be a yes man.
Yes, woman. Yes, sir. Coming, sir.
Anything for a raise, sir.
When I grow up,
I want to be underappreciated.
be paid less for doing the same job.
I want to be forced into early retirement.
Take the Compass Career Assessment Test now on Monster.com.
Do you know me? Probably not. I became a card member 40 years ago. I was starting a winery and traveled to France.
Do you really have to?
I used my card to stay longer. That business trip turned into a honeymoon.
Due to terrorist
And even in the worst of times,
This is American Express.
they've been
We
there.
have found a way to get you out.
Even helped me buy a sports franchise.
What do you think?
Not bad for the first 40 years.
Apply now. Call 1-800-THE-CARD.
The NBA playoffs on TBS, brought to you by American Express. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, American Express helps you do more. And by Circuit City, answers in every department. Low prices all over the store.
Now, we'd like to show you the basketball is right here for San Antonio. They're going into Duncan. Shaq is going to double team. Big man, big man. Keep an eye on Will Perdue as he comes right down to that dotted line. Now, when your man leaves you to double team, go right to the front of the rim. You have size. At both ends of the floor, the post people are being double teamed by big people. You must create the passing lane.
And Duncan 50% from the field. The rest of the team shooting 33%. But what could be good news for the Spurs, who are hanging in there with David Robinson on the bench with 3 fouls, is that the other scorers are coming in. Sean Elliott, Will Perdue, and Avery Johnson have come in there as the Spurs need some offensive assistance for Tim Duncan. Glenn Rice guarded by Mario Elie now. And Rice fires it up, and Will Perdue gets the rebound. 4 rebounds for Perdue, and the Spurs bench doing the job, outscoring the Lakers 10-0 with Perdue having 4 points. J.R. Reed back guarding Duncan, and the pass went right through Perdue. And Ellie was there.
Yeah, Perdue had his hands at his side.
And he misses the layup, and the ball batted out of bounds, and it is last touch by the Lakers.
Anytime you're cutting through the lane, will you please have your arms up above your waist? Have it up by your number, so that when you throw the ball, that it does not go through your chest.
As long as you say please, Hubie.
That's right.
That's the key word here.
You know, they needed a dunk there, right there, and that would have been a real uplifting thing for the San Antonio Spurs.
Here's Duncan spinning his way in. Tim Duncan is mentally tough. Talk about guys who don't show a reaction. Tim Duncan never does, regardless of what's going on the floor. Kobe Bryant comes back with a 2. So Bryant now with 8 points. But Duncan with 14 to lead the Spurs. San Antonio up by 1 with under 2 minutes remaining in a furious first half of action here in game 1 of the best of 7 between the Spurs and the Lakers. And again, Duncan working against Reed. Reed gets a piece of it. Avery Johnson firing from the corner. And Avery Johnson, as we said, 59% shooting in the first round, gives the Spurs their biggest lead. Shaq double teamed and a steal by Mario Elie. And a foul is called on the Spurs before the pass. And if it's on Elie, that'll be 3 on him.
Mario, come on, fella. You do not need to delay a game, and B, you do not need a technical.
Well, he's got his 3rd personal
foul. It's going to happen right here.
So Elie, along with David Robinson and Malik Rose, all with 3 personal fouls in the first half. So J.R. Reed on the free throw line. I want to remind you, coming up on the AT&T halftime report, get caught up on tonight's Pacers 76ers game with highlights and interviews from the players and coaches. Penny Hardaway has expressed a desire to exercise his option out of the Orlando Magic. Join Kenny Smith, Ernie Johnson, and Toronto's Charles Oakley in our Atlanta studio for all of the latest news and the story of that first game.
See, Elie was all upset. The reason being that Duncan double teamed, and as that ball came out, Elie shot that passing lane, thought he got it clean.
Derek Fisher committing the Laker foul after Reed made 1 out of 2. Jaren Jackson came in, as you saw, for Mario Elie, who went out. And so with both teams in the penalty, Sean Elliott will go to the line to shoot the free throws. What a courageous return Elliott has made after he has missed 89 games in the last 2 years. Quadricep tendon repair on each leg, and it's on the defensive end that he really has come up big this year.
Well, he's in a matchup in this series with Kobe Bryant because he plays people off the dribble, the best of the perimeter guys who represent San Antonio. Now, this guy was an all-star for 2 years, averaged 18 points before all of his leg problems. Now you say, well, he's only getting 11 points a game. Well, now they have not only Robinson, they've added Duncan, so there are less shots to go around here.
Here's Derek Fisher from the perimeter. So Derek Fisher hitting the basket. Started the first 9 games of the year. Only 1 of the next 30, but has been in the lineup the last 11 games. Derek Harper, of course, the veteran point guard. The other Laker point guard. And nobody picked up. J.R. Reed was late getting to Duncan, who has 16.
Well, what they did was they cleared the side. When they hit Duncan and he turned, they emptied out the side, gave him a one-on-one. That was beautiful.
Reed on the pick and spot up short. And here is, give it up, Elliott. He's got Avery Johnson, who can fly by anybody. The tip miss. Elliott cleans up. Sean Elliott and the San Antonio Spurs have a 6-point lead with a half a minute to go. And what a furious second quarter rally for them, UB.
Now, how about that for an outstanding one-on-one move? Kobe Bryant As soon as that basket was made, if you've been noticing in this first half, the Lakers run what we call a sideline, but they run it up the left side of the floor. Most teams go up the right side. And when Bryant is the guy that they're pitching up ahead to, if you notice, he's up there before anyone, and he'll take on 2 defenders. Just an absolutely beautiful move by Kobe Bryant.
Kobe Bryant coming into this game in the first series was 15 out of 16 from the line. This was his first free throw, so he keeps the outstanding free throw going. David Robinson, who's played only 10 minutes for the Spurs because of 3 personal fouls, yet San Antonio leads by 4.
Yeah, right now, Will Perdue is talking to the referee because he thought that Robert Reed gave him a shot. And you know what Will Perdue should do? He should just continue to get down the floor at both ends.
And there's Duncan. And there's Will Perdue. So Duncan and Perdue miss. Great opportunity for Perdue. Out of bounds. Last touch by the Lakers. The shot clock is off, and the Spurs have 11.1 seconds remaining in the half to get the shot off.
Now you can see Will Perdue is really huffing and puffing, and you know that the damage to his nose and the operations naturally are a major part of all of this.
Avery Johnson finding Jaren Jackson. Time running out. Avery Johnson giving a lot of ground, and now starts his drive to the basket, feeding Perdue. Perdue can't lay it in, and he finally does at the buzzer.
All right.
So Will Perdue took him a couple of times, but he has come up big here in the first half with Robinson saddled with foul trouble. 6 points and 6 rebounds for Will Perdue as the Spurs will take a 6-point lead to the half.
Well, you can see this is a great drop-off by Avery. And then Will, he misses it, but now he comes right back. Now, the players, they all ran out. They gave him the bump because they appreciate what he's doing with the rebounding, the potential shot block. Now, if he can continue to add the points, then Robinson can sit out.
Game 1. 1 half is history. Spurs lead it 47-41.
There's something special about the folks who work at AutoZone. The fact that they know more than a thing or two about looking up parts and solving problems. Their willingness to go the extra mile. And their belief in doing what's right. So it's no wonder why millions of customers turn to us each week for help in getting back on the road. Because working at AutoZone means taking pride in taking care of people.
When I was growing up, my dad taught me that to make it in sports, you have to use your head as well as your body. He and my mom helped by reading to me and teaching me to read. Start reading to your kids today. They're never too young, and encourage them to read a newspaper every day. Newspapers educate and inform like nothing else. Who knows? By starting early, you could one day help them become king of a hill.
Encourage your child to read a newspaper every day.
Excuse me, number 8 bus go here. About number 9.
Who are you looking at?
Dry cleaners wouldn't take a check again, now you Nigel?
Use Visa Check Card. It automatically deducts from your checking account everywhere Visa's accepted. So you can get what you need and get on with life.
The AT&T Halftime Report is brought to you by AT&T. It's all within your reach.
But once upon a time, the Lakers led this game 24-12, and then San Antonio has come back at the Alamodome. Tim Duncan, 16 first-half points for the guys in the white shirts, and San Antonio leads at 47-41. Welcome to the AT&T Halftime Report. Along with Kenny Smith and Charles Oakley, Ernie Johnson in our Atlanta studios. And who would have thunk it in Game 1 of this series that Will Perdue would be having a bigger impact in this game for San Antonio than David Robinson would, but that's what's going on, Oak.
Yes, we talked about the double team on Shaq last night. They coming down, but David picked up 3 fouls. San Antonio had to go to the bench. Will Perdue come in and do a great job. In the NBA, he's one of the guys in the league for his rebounds a minute. He got the highest average, so he's doing a great job for San Antonio. So he had to come back the second half. If Dave getting foul stuff, he had to continue playing hard. Don't let Shaq get no dunks on the end. Send him to the free throw line, and just keep playing great defense for them.
Yeah, Shaq with 11 points in the first half, 2 out of 9 from the floor, and Will Perdue 6 points and 6 rebounds so far.
Yeah, he played well, but if you're LA, you just have to realize that Avery Johnson, he hits open shots now. You've asked Minnesota, you asked Terrell Brandon, all these guys hitting open shots. You're still giving them open shots, open looks. It's not going to work. The second thing you have to do is probably go into a post-up with Kobe Bryant. They're doing that hacker Shaq. They're fouling him every time. You want to get another guy in the post who can draw a double team so you can free up your shooters on the outside.
It's actually a little more physical there at the Alamodome than it was on Kenny's court on Inside the NBA last night. Now, in Orlando today, 48 hours after the Magic were knocked out of the playoffs by Philly, Penny Hardaway was saying that he will exercise an option in his contract and become a free agent this summer. Penny's apparently had it with, among other things, criticism.
It's a tough situation for me right now. It feels like, you know, I'm just not being respected like I need to be respected here. You know, I felt like I made everybody else on this team better, even if I wasn't scoring points. They want to say who's MVPs, who's not MVPs, who played bad, who played good. I mean, that's just a part of basketball. But like I said, we overachieved this year, and I know I was a big part of that.
Anyway, I mean, what's going on with this situation? I mean, he says it's part of the game. Is it going to be different anywhere else he goes? Come on, he's a superstar in the league.
Well, you know, Shaq was there. There was beef. Now Shaq is gone. It's still beef. What's the problem? You know, Penny gonna have to learn that it's the NBA. People gonna say things. You're gonna have to take them and go out and perform on the court. You know, things gonna happen, and it wasn't a great playoff for Penny and the whole team. They let Philly beat them in 4 games, but hey, you guys are gonna have to get off that horse and start back from the beginning and get things back going.
What's confusing a lot of times with his comments are he says they or who. I think people would be more inclined in trying to figure out, are you talking about Coach Daly? Are you talking about the fans? Who is that infamous or that oblivious they? Right. So if you clarify those points, then you become sharper, people can understand it, and people can respect that. So I understand he might be a problem there, but say who it is, and then it can be done.
And John Gabriel says that he thinks it could just be frustration.
He might be John Gabriel.
Could be. Frustration from the early exit in the playoffs. He expects and wants to have him back next year. When we come back, the first game of the Eastern semis. Allen Iverson, Jalen Rose, a topsy-turvy opener.
Hi.
Saw you looking for change, and I was like, an angel like that, a dangerous place like this. She should know 1-800-CALL-ATT is a guaranteed cheap collect call. Don't miss Sweetie.
1-800-CALLATT.
1-800-CALL-ATT for guaranteed cheap collect calls. She'll call.
Rogaine Extra Strength is proven to work for 4 out of 5 men.
I like my chances.
Only Rogaine has extra strength, and it's proven.
Hey, Jeff, what you doing?
Just buying a ticket online for my golf trip this weekend.
Whoa, Mr. Computer. Is the phone too low tech for you?
No, but if I book online, Delta gives me up to an extra 1,000 bonus miles, and I can check out things. The weather, hotels, even my Sky Miles account balance.
Oh, and looky there, you have just enough for an extra ticket. And I don't have any plans this weekend.
Not a chance.
Come on.
No.
I'll carry your clubs.
Don't care.
They're heavy.
You're desperate.
4!
Coliseum area in the early 90s was dilapidated building, overgrown lots, and basically it wasn't an area where you would want to be caught in. Oh, now they can't believe it's the same area. When people come in, they said, where these houses come from? But is this the same neighborhood? Home ownership is the main ingredient. When you own your own home, it gives you a feeling you belong. You stand for something.
We look at the neighborhood and we look at the house and we feel like we've accomplished something.
The Fannie Mae Foundation.
Welcome back to the AT&T halftime report. Sixers and Pacers game 1 as Larry Brown returns to the place he used to coach in Indiana, Allen Iverson. 35-point night. Reggie Miller had 18. Beats the clock at the half and then tells Matt Geiger all about it. They'd had a little run in earlier. Watch Jalen Rose. Just like he did in the Milwaukee series when he had 24 in game one, he had 27 in game one here. Late in the game, Pat Croce, Philadelphia's president, watches Tyrone Hill miss 2 with the team down 3. And that was pretty much that. Jalen Rose and the Pacers win it by 4. 94-90 is the final in game 1 of that Eastern Conference semifinal. The Pacers survive a scare from the Sixers. Here's Larry Bird.
I didn't feel that we played as well as I thought we were going to play going in. I thought we made a lot of mental mistakes. Couldn't hit shots early in the game, and we had some guys play real well, some guys mediocre, and some guys didn't play at all. And you can't have that in the playoffs.
Those guys went to, 6, 7 games with the Chicago Bulls. So, I mean, they have a lot of experience, and they played with probably the greatest team, in the world ever. And they played against the greatest player in the world. So I'm not new to those guys, They've seen better than me.
Nice perspective by Allen Iverson after a 35-point night in the opener, Kenny.
Great defensive effort first by Indiana, but this guy, Allen Iverson, to me is very refreshing. You know how, Ernie, when you were growing up, you were trying to get your parents to understand the rock and roll era? Like in the 1910.
They would never let me play my Carpenters.
Well, he is letting us understand what the hip-hop era is about and what the young kids today are thinking, but he is very refreshing. Great comments at the end in a loss.
How about it, Oak? How do you see the series?
Well, I picked the Pacers to win the series, but Allen is doing a great job. Somebody else going to have to step it up off the bench. Hughes, I thought, would step it up. They missed McKee. He hurt. And I think that they're going to have to find a way to stop Jalen Rose. He's doing a great job off the bench, and he's going to be the key of the series for the Pacers.
Just like
so they're going to have to find somebody to match his energy for Philly.
Yeah, good luck doing that, too. Jalen Rose with a great night tonight. Back to put the wraps on the AT&T halftime report in just a minute. The Spurs leading the Lakers 47-41. Will Perdue trying to dunk and then still beating the clock. He's got 6.5.
Today, the heartbreak of not using Western Union. Marianne, what happened?
My boyfriend was supposed to send me money to take a cruise.
But he didn't use Western Union?
No, the money never made it. I only had enough for a 3-hour tour.
Then the weather started getting rough.
And the tiny ship was tossed. We were stranded on a desert isle.
No phone?
No lights?
No motor cars?
Not a single luxury.
Like Robinson Crusoe?
As primitive as can be.
All because your boyfriend didn't use Western Union.
Right, so I dumped him for a professor.
Hey, it's your money. Use Western Union, the fastest way to send money worldwide.
Michelin, because so much is riding on your tires.
Thank you.
You want something packed and shipped the right way? 3 words: mail, boxes, etc. We do this every day. We're the professionals. You've got to use the right stuff. We can be your company's packing and shipping department. Have something fragile to pack and ship? No problem. I'll take care of it. This should be double boxed. Say you want to ship a grandfather clock. Make 1 phone call to me and it's handled. Big or small, we ship it all. Mailboxes, etc. We're making business easier. We're making life easier.
Daddy, watch me.
Shh, Daddy's got a headache.
Don't worry, little one. Daddy's got Tylenol for his headache, the most trusted combination of strength and safety in pain relief today. And Tylenol works without stomach irritation, so before you know it...
May I have this dance?
Daddy's going to be right as rain. Tylenol. Take comfort in our strength.
Welcome back to the AT&T Halftime Report. Game 1 of the Western Conference Semifinals, and the Spurs on top of the Lakers by 6 with the third quarter just moments away. After the doubleheader tonight, stick around for Inside the NBA. Bob Lorenz is your host. He's joined by Kenny the Jet Smith and the best sixth man in the NBA, Darrell Armstrong, who happens to be a teammate of Penny Hardaway. We'll get his thoughts on that situation on Inside the NBA. Tomorrow night on TNT, 8 o'clock Eastern. The Knicks and the Hawks, followed by the Blazers and the Jazz as those two series tip off. And then the Sixers and the Pacers on Wednesday starting at 7 on TNT, followed by, just like tonight, the Lakers and the Spurs. It has been our pleasure, Charles Oakley, to have you in the studio the last couple of nights. Thanks a lot for stopping by.
The heart and soul of New York.
Yes, and free agency will take you somewhere, and we wish you the best wherever that may be.
you.
And some, again, the lovely parting gifts in the home version of our game. That's the AT&T Halftime Report. So long, everybody.
The AT&T Halftime Report was brought to you by AT&T. It's all within your reach.
I'm Maximum Protection, the authority for NAPA Gold Filters. Today's driving conditions are severe, with frequent stopping and road dirt. But I hold 45% more dirt than the leading national brand. And that's important, because I help your engine last longer. So put me to work and get the maximum protection of NAPA Gold Filters.
NAPA, over 200,000 parts, and everyone's important.
It's another beautiful day.
On sunshine.
Don't lose it to seasonal allergies. Take control.
And don't it feel good?
Talk to your doctor about Claritin. Just one Claritin tablet daily brings you 24 hours of non-drowsy relief from seasonal allergy symptoms. Claritin has a low occurrence of side effects such as headache, drowsiness, fatigue, and dry mouth, similar to sugar pill.
Walking on sunshine.
Don't lose a single day. Take clear control. Take Claritin.
Come to life in the Adirondacks. This is where the water is. More than 3,000 lakes and ponds, where great mountains reach to the sky. Call now and get all 3 Adirondack guides free. Pick all the things you want to do and stretch your vacation time. Call 1-888-GO-DAX for great rates on lodging and attractions, and receive valuable coupons absolutely free. Come to life. We're what a vacation is all about.
Here at the Windsor Schools, we believe that even if a child is classified, he or she can still become a high achiever.
Our behavioral system is based on positive reinforcement, which rewards a student's efforts and builds self-esteem.
The National Basketball Association is intended solely for the entertainment of our audience, and any retransmission, reproduction, rebroadcast, or other use and dissemination of this telecast, or the pictures, descriptions, or accounts of this game without the express written consent of the National Basketball Association is prohibited.
Welcome back to the Alamodome in San Antonio, the scene of Game 1 of the best-of-7 Western Semifinal. And Tim Duncan, as expected, the leading force for the San Antonio Spurs with a variety of moves. 16 points. He is the game-high scorer on 8 for 15 shooting. And Duncan handling the scoring burden for the Spurs, who have a 47-41 lead at the half. And the Lakers got off to the good start. They were up by 12 at one point, but in the second quarter shot only 31% because of a good defense by the Spurs. San Antonio dominating with their bench thanks to Will Perdue, with David Robinson on the bench with foul trouble, 6 points and 6 rebounds. So on one hand, Hubie, you've got the foul trouble with David Robinson. On the other hand, the Spurs hold the Lakers scoreless without a field goal for 8 minutes.
Well, I think that you have to enjoy what San Antonio is doing in their transition defense, because not only do the Lakers have 0 points from their bench, 0 points in fast breaks, and we're talking about a highlight film team. Now at the other end of the floor, Shaq is struggling, 2 for 9, but Shaq, Rice, and Bryant all have played 21 minutes. Bryant and Rice in double figures. Bryant having an all-around game with the 5 assists.
All right now let's get a report from Craig Sager.
Well, both coaches felt that the Spurs defense was the difference in that half. According to Kurt Rambis, they collapsed on Shaq and they did not get the ball to him quick enough, whereas Hubie was mentioning not when he was open. As for Popovich, he says he's very pleased with his defense, but offensively, they have to continue to get it to Duncan and make sure that Robinson pulls Shaq away from the basket so Tim Duncan can make his moves.
Get underway in the third quarter. Avery Johnson with Mario Elie, the 2 guards, David Robinson, who has 3 fouls. Elie also has 3 personals, and Duncan and Sean Elliott up front. Duncan with a turnaround. Derek Fisher with the rebound.
Anytime that you can get Duncan or Robinson to shoot a fadeaway, you know that your defense has done an excellent job. What you do not want to happen is to allow them to take you into the lane or beat you off the dribble and do anything with the jump hooks.
Elliott trying to help Duncan on the double team, and the ball knocked away by Elliott. It is still Laker ball with 7 seconds on the shot clock.
Right now, Shaq is now 2 for 10, but he's 7 for 10 on the line.
Averaged 14 free throws a game against Houston, already with 10 in this game. Glenn Rice misses. Rice started the game 3 for 3 early on, and then 1 for 4 the rest of the way, so he cooled down. Here's Mario Elie, strong to the basket, changes hands and gets the layup.
Anytime that you get a chance to take it off the dribble against the Lakers, you've got to do that. They only play you for like the 1 bounce, and then you can take it all away. They are slow and rotating.
Kobe Bryant with a turnaround. Bryant now with 12 points. Shaquille O'Neal and Glenn Rice each with 11 leading scorers for the Lakers.
See, Bryant is having a nice solid game. He's 5 for 7 from the floor with the 5 assists. That's why Mario missed that, but it's there. You see, he's very uptight, but he can get it done.
Mario Elie, who will dive for the loose ball, not afraid to get his hands dirty. Elie with 20 stitches from an elbow from Anthony Peeler in the Minnesota game the other day. Out of bounds, turned over by the Lakers.
Well, Kobe Bryant thought he was hit on the way up that time, and you got to like what San Antonio is doing. They're getting to the double team as quick as they can on him, and then also they're quick on the double team with Shaq.
Avery Johnson scoring 7 points in the first half. Here is David Robinson going after the rebound. Missed, and here is Kobe Bryant in the open floor. Bryant making a move to the basket. And Robinson with an outlet to Avery Johnson.
Now, that was a bad percentage shot. That's the first bad shot that he's launched in this game tonight.
And the ball off the foot of Kobe Bryant. So the Spurs maintain possession with 17 seconds on the clock. San Antonio winning their last 5 of the regular season and have won 8 out of 9, including their first-round victory over the Timberwolves. And the Lakers have won 7 of their last 8. So 2 hot teams colliding in the semifinals in this Western Conference Series. Elliott working his way against Kobe Bryant. And a foul before the shot. No basket. And Kobe Bryant committing his first.
While we have all of this dribbling that's going on at the San Antonio end, precious seconds keep going down. They've proven that if they have movement and better passing, or go strong to the post, good things are happening. They're either scoring, they're getting fouled, or they're getting high percentage shots. But with all of this bang, 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 precious seconds go off the clock.
San Antonio getting 13 more shots than the Lakers in the first half and 5 more field goals. 10 on the shot clock. Elie picked up by Shaq on the switch. Here is Duncan from the corner, and he has had 2 off-the-mark shots thus far here in the third quarter.
Now there it is.
Shaq down low, double team. Robinson doesn't want to risk fouling. Tell you, Robinson was a lot more aggressive than I thought he would be against Shaq.
Well, that's his job. I mean, I know he's got 3 fouls, but he's not from the mindset that he says, I have to stay in the game. We're talking about a guy who is noted as a terrific defender. 4 times first-team all defense, 4 times second-team all defense. So you know he's in there challenging.
Shaq against Duncan. Had to touch, the ball knocked out of bounds, and the Lakers still get it. So Shaquille O'Neal struggling from the field, only 2 for 11. And really paying a price down low against the double team.
That's why at the top of the show and then throughout the first quarter we keep bringing up the point. He's going against 3 shot blockers. Not only does he take on Robinson or Purdue or Duncan, then the double team comes in, it's another 7-footer.
Here is Fisher getting around Avery Johnson. Lost the shot, misses. And the offensive rebound by J.R. Reed. And the long-range shot. Let's see if they give Fisher a 3. And they do. A three-point basket by Derek Fisher. And the Spurs lead cut to 3 now.
Fisher's been playing great basketball in the playoffs. Right now, you know, that's his 4th field goal. And
Johnson with a layup. No one picked him up.
And Avery just said, well, touche. If you can do it at one end, I'll do it at the other.
You got 3. I'll take 2 on a layup.
There you go.
Nearly 4 minutes going by. Avery Johnson with 9 points. Here's the double team, and the ball spun away out of bounds. Last touch by the Spurs. Boy, Shaquille O'Neal really having to work in this game 1.
Well, he posted up once again on the dotted line in the paint. That means he's about 6 feet away. But David Robinson was right there to tie him up.
Again, the double team. And Kobe Bryant working in the middle. Elliott staying with him nicely. And a great defensive job by Sean Elliott. And out on the break, Avery Johnson feeding Duncan for the slam. Great play started by Elliott.
Yeah, good timeout. Right now, Ramos is calling a timeout, and he needs it. Kobe Bryant has launched 2 very low percentage shots. Now, when that happens, you know, you say, well, yeah, but he's having a nice game. The problem with it is San Antonio is quick in changing ends, and they make you pay a price. Now, keep an eye here. See, once again, David Robinson is there to help out. And then, there they are, 4 on 2. Avery Johnson waits and then decides and makes excellent decisions.
This is where I go after school. There's always someone here to give advice and encouragement, and you never know who's gonna show up.
I know you're worried about that math test, but study hard and do your best, okay?
Whether shooting pool or helping with problems, having someone there for us really makes a difference.
Everyone wins when you volunteer. Team up to improve your community.
It's time for E-Trade, the #1 place to invest online.
The NBA playoffs on TBS, brought to you by Gatorade Thirst Quencher. You don't have to live thirsty. Life is a sport. Drink it up. And by E-Trade, the #1 place to invest online.
Back at the Alamodome, Sean Elliott, who held Kobe Bryant to 5 for 14 shooting in their last meeting, doing a great job, and David Robinson playing like he has not been committed by any personal fouls, much less 3. Here is Fisher working his way in and hitting the jumper. Derek Fisher giving the Lakers some offense now with 11.
Well, he's playing with a lot of confidence. He had an excellent series. He averaged 11 points a game against Houston, and you can see he looks for the shot.
5-point lead for the Spurs. The double on Duncan. Elliott goes right back on the repost. Ball spun away, and the Lakers get the ball back.
That's the second time tonight that he has stripped him on the way up.
Here's Shaquille O'Neal, and he beats the double team quickly. Ellie faked the double team, and Shaq getting only his 3rd basket of the game, and his first basket in 21 minutes. It's been a long drought.
He continues to work, and you know that there's going to be an explosion here because he's getting high percentage area looks.
53 to 50 with 7 on the shot clock. 6.5 to go in the 3rd for the Spurs to lead, and Duncan trying to pass it off. And a foul is committed. And the personal is against Derek Fisher. 3 now on the point guard for the Lakers. Out of of Arkansas Little Rock, who was a second-round draft pick and fought through and made the team. And a scrappy point guard he is.
Well, I thought that was an excellent selection by Jerry West back at the time when they drafted him. Everyone likes his tenacity, plus he's very coachable. Now, between Fisher and Harper in that first series with Houston, 4.5 assists a game per 1 turnover. Boy, you love to see those numbers.
Well, they'll take that ratio anytime. So Duncan on the line for the first time tonight, now with 20 points in the game, and the Spurs leading the Lakers by 5. Game 1, best of 7. Bryant driving in against Elliott. Elliott put a body on him, and here's Ellie feeding Avery Johnson. And David Robinson misses the tip. Duncan missed a chance. The Spurs with 2 big opportunities after the miss. And here is Glenn Rice coming back, way off the mark. And now an up-tempo game, 3-on-2 for the Spurs. The trailer is Elliott, and he's got it. The basket counts, and a foul.
Great choice by Avery Johnson. He allowed the big men to come down and take the defense through, and then he delivered that pass to Elliott, who continued on the break. Just keep an eye, to your left here right now. Good choice there. Good choice and a strong finish. This is what, if you're a Spur coach, you're excited now because your guys are looking to get it out, get it up, and you've had numbers every single time in the second half.
And Avery Johnson leading the way with his 6th assist of the game. And there is Avery Johnson. A lot of people didn't think the Spurs could win with him at point guard, but he has proven people wrong as San Antonio gaining the home court advantage throughout with a furious finish this year. An 8-point lead, largest of the game for San Antonio. Kobe Bryant out of the game, replaced by Robert Horry. Horry setting a screen for Glenn Rice. And a whistle and a San Antonio foul. That'll be on Elliott.
Now, Elliott switched on the baseline. There was a screen down in there. So Elliott switched out and picked up Rice. And if you notice, they're trying to keep the dribblers out of the middle.
Derek Harper in at point guard. Shaq with Fox, Horry, and Glenn Rice, and Shaquille O'Neal missing the hook shot. And that time Duncan had a body on him.
He sure did.
Avery Johnson. Tell you, the action is strong inside. Duncan against the double team. Got it up there, and Shaquille O'Neal getting the rebound as the Lakers trailing by 8. They led by 4 at the quarter, and the Spurs have dominated from the last 3 minutes of the first quarter on. Nearly 5 minutes remaining in the third. And the pass down low to Shaq, and it's thrown away by Rick Fox. A lot of jockeying going on.
Yeah, well, you're being very kind. All right, it looks like wrestling. You can see it down in here. Now, just watch how they mix up as Shaq tries to go across. Now, you could have called the foul here on David Robinson, and you could have got one on Shaq. You never pass the ball to the big man until he calls for the pass.
David Robinson playing with abandon, considering the 3 fouls which you brought out. This personal is on Shaquille O'Neal, his second.
Yeah, now you see, right now, Rambis has been all over Steve Javie because he said at the other end of the floor, my guy was manhandled, and you didn't call a foul. At this end of the floor, however he interpreted, but he was right in Javie's ear.
So the technical foul called against Kurt Rambis by Steve Javie, and Mario Ellie on the line. And the Spurs leading now by 59-50.
Everyone in the league is appreciative of the fact, if you're a player, that Shaq has a solid temperament of playing this game. Because if he was a cheap shot artist, he could drop a lot of people in a hurry. Because you're talking not only size, strength, weight, he's got it all, quickness of foot. But what he does is he's been taking a pounding here tonight, Dick, and he has a right to complain.
David Robinson hitting the jumper, 7 points for Robinson, but you're right about Shaq. He keeps his head about him very well. 4.5 to go in the third. The lead is 11. Glenn Rice, and it's tipped up and in. The Spurs had an 8-0 run before that basket by Shaq on the tip-in. O'Neal now with 15.
Right now, San Antonio's doing an excellent job double-teaming Rice and Bryant off the dribble.
There is David Robinson going in and draws the foul. And the Spurs, who withstood the flurry by the Lakers when Robinson got in a foul trouble, now getting the benefit of him at both ends.
See, this is by design right here. They're hitting David about 10 to 15 feet away because he knows he can take Shaq off the dribble, just like Duncan knows that he can take Reed off the dribble.
3 fouls on Shaq. Robinson misses the first free throw. So the Spurs, who outscored the Lakers 27-17 in the second quarter. Robinson making 1 out of 2. And the San Antonio edge now is 15-9 here in the third.
Another thing which I really like that we're seeing San Antonio doing, that is taking away the three-point shot from the Lakers. The Lakers have only attempted 3 threes in this ball game.
There's Robert Horry down in the low to Shaq. Shaq banks it in against Duncan. So Shaquille O'Neal now with 6 points here in the third quarter.
Yeah, it's only a matter of time because he leads the league in field goal percentage. You know that he's taking pretty good shots. And as the game wears on, the defenders wear down.
3.5 minutes remaining. Robinson going in against Shaq, and Fox got a piece of it. Spurs still have it with 3 on the shot clock.
Shoot it.
And Mario Elie with a runner in the lane as you heard the buzzer. Mario Elie gets the basket to give the Spurs a 10-point lead. Their biggest was 11 here in the third quarter. San Antonio trying to take a 1-0 lead on their home floor. Glenn Rice fouled as he drives to the basket.
Now we know that San Antonio was first in the league in differential. They're right there first in field goal percentage against. They are very difficult because they also come at you first in shot blocking. So every time that you've been putting it down in this third quarter, you can see that the shooter is being challenged not only by one defender, but by a second guy.
Glenn Rice, who was a game-time decision with his sore right elbow, did not play in Game 4 against the Rockets. And coming in as the second leading scorer at 19 a game in the playoffs and the best perimeter shooter for the Lakers, one of the best in the game. Has only 1 basket in his last 29 minutes. 4 for 10 in the game after starting out 3 for 3, but his free throws cut the lead to 8. Timeout with 3:05 remaining in the third quarter.
TBS and Richard Petty want you to know your NASCAR on the Superstation.
Is it me, guys? Or do we really look ridiculous?
Man, for free Bud Light, I'm doing 70s night.
Right on, brother.
Shut the door! You're letting in a draft.
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never lets you down, make it a Bud Light.
I don't have a pulse.
Get him to the OR now!
Life and death.
Your husband passed away during his operation.
Love and tears.
I've given up a lot to get here, you know.
They're a part of every life.
You're gonna be okay.
And on Lifetime, they're a part of every day.
What do you expect to buy him?
Anything I can.
Don't miss a moment. Chicago Hope. Weeknights at 8 on Lifetime.
Available on Cablevision.
The Burack tradition continues. 25 years of giving our customers the highest level of customer service available. At Burack, we work hard by providing you with a huge inventory of new and used vehicles, experts who know how to save you money, a comfortable shopping experience, and award-winning Burack service.
Just a short drive from Willowbrook. So stop in today and become part of the Burack tradition.
Burack Chevy Olds in Lincoln Park.
Shaquille O'Neal and the Lakers now trailing the Spurs by 8, 3:05 to play in the third quarter. Shaquille O'Neal went to Cole High School here in San Antonio, where he shattered the school records of Herb Moore, who later became his coach, who's still the coach at Cole High School. We got to ask you, what type of high school player was Shaq?
He was dominant. I mean, he could take the ball coast to coast. He could go in for the slam, pull up for the no-look pass or the 15-footer. He was just an unbelievable high school player.
Obviously, the philosophy here here is to send as many guys at him as you can, foul him, hammer him. What was the defensive philosophy in high school against him?
Pretty much the same thing. I had to play against him every day, and he complained a lot about the fact I fouled a lot, and I used to tell him. That's what they do in the games, too. So.
Thanks a lot. Let's go back to Dick and Hubie.
All right, Craig. Well, nothing new in the life of Shaquille O'Neal on the basketball court going back to his high school days. Here's the pick and roll. Duncan with a hard foul. Hits the floor, helped up by Will Perdue. They're going to call the flagrant foul, and Duncan will shoot two. With his fourth personal foul, a hard foul.
Now this is a screen and roll where they trap, and as the roll, you can see that was a very hard foul. Once again, see, they're going to call that when the man going to the basket gets hit in the head.
Will Perdue coming in for David Robinson as Duncan misses the first free throw. Shaq now with 4 personal fouls. Who would have thought that Shaq would end up with more personal fouls than David Robinson before the end of the third quarter?
You're right about that. That's an excellent point. Referees will allow the hard foul if you foul on the arms, on the hand, while the guy's going to the hole. Because then they can say, well, you're going for the shot clock. But nobody wants guys to be fouled by getting hit in the head. And Mario Elliott at the one end is the perfect example of this with 20 stitches, you know, in his forehead, and yet he's out here playing. But they've got to do that. Any blow directed to the head, automatic.
Shaq on the bench goes out with 17 points, 14 rebounds. Duncan with a turnaround. And Robert Horry in the game tips it, but into the hands of Avery Johnson. So the Spurs have Ellie and Johnson at backcourt. Jerome Kersey up front with Tim Duncan and Will Perdue the center. And there is a pass knocked away by Horry out of bounds. And it's last touched by the Spurs.
They continue to front Duncan. That's the third pass in the last 3 or 4 minutes where they are in front of Duncan. And as the lob is coming, they are rotating quickly from the opposite side and getting a deflection.
It is San Antonio inbounding instead of the Lakers. Duncan leaving it out to Ellie. There's the good pass to the corner by Avery Johnson to Jerome Kersey, who misses. Lakers with Derek Harper at the point. Robert Horry, Rick Fox, Sean Rooks, and posting up now Glenn Rice against the double team. Horry open. Rooks with a turnaround. And the rebound by Will Perdue.
That was hurried. You know, he had plenty of time because the big guys are not going to run out at you. They're going to allow you to turn around, get your position, and take the shot.
And here is Duncan as Sean Rooks trying to deny. Duncan got it and scores now with 23 for Tim Duncan, and the lead again is 11.
See, Duncan is just too quick for Rooks. Anytime they bring him from one side of the lane to the other, you have to look for him immediately.
Here is Rick Fox. Ellie got a piece of it. And there is Will Perdue trying to get it down to Ellie. A collision. No foul called as Fox and Ellie both went down. And here is Glenn Rice banking it in. Rice really the only scorer out there for the Lakers, so to speak.
Well, you know, that works us in the game, Dick, because they feel that if they go to him, that he has the potential to score. But the big thing is you've just got to take your time. Also, Fox has got to step up here and get involved. Now, it's easier said than done because of the defense of San Antonio.
Here is Duncan working against Sean Rooks. In and out. And the rebound in the hands of Harper. So the Lakers playing with Shaquille O'Neal on the bench with 4 fouls. Kobe Bryant has been on the bench for a while. And Fox missing from the perimeter. And San Antonio with the ball with nearly a half a minute to go and 20 on the shot clock here in the third quarter. Little Avery Johnson. Duncan passed up the shot. 11 on the 24-second clock for San Antonio. Knocked away, and they have 6 seconds.
Very little of continuity movement. Very little diagonal screens, back screens, you know, pin downs. If it isn't in the pick and roll, it's nothing but a post up. And what you have to do in this series, I think, to get better at presenting shots for your guys is to have more movement.
Here is Ellie with a 3. rims the basket, and Glenn Rice. The shot clock is off, and the Lakers trying to cut it to 7 or less. Or I should say 9. There's a pass. Brooks had the ball get by him and misses the layup, and time runs out. So the Lakers are held to 17 points with Kobe and Shaq on the bench. 17 for the second straight quarter. And after 3, San Antonio leads LA 67-58.
Hi, come on in. Hey, it's good to see you. How are you?
These are the days.
Something smells great.
Fetzer days. Enjoy the wine.
This is Propecia. Call 1-888-5-MERC-8 for more information and ask your doctor if Propecia is right for you. Propecia. What are you waiting for?
Want to make painting easier? Change your roller to a Wagner cordless power roller. There's less mess, less hassle, and less bending over because you control the flow of paint so you can keep on rolling. Purchase a Wagner cordless power roller $9.49 and receive a free Wall Magic Accent roller kit and turn your ordinary room into an extraordinary room. Pick up your Wagner cordless power roller $9.49 and free Wall Magic Accent kit today. Get a Wagner and get it done.
It knows 2 speeds. Stop and go. It just beat a series of the toughest stop-and-go driving tests in the world, and it's brand new. Go ahead. Guess. You have 4.3 seconds. Introducing Pennzoil with new Pure Base. Stop. Go. Pennzoil.
The defense has sparked a physical game here in the opening contest of the best-of-7 in the Western Semifinals. Shaquille O'Neal taking a beating down low in the constant double teams that he has faced. Right now he has 4 fouls himself. David Robinson picked up 3 early, and it's been that kind of a game for both teams as Duncan went down there. And of course, J.R. Reed, who had a flagrant foul on Scottie Pippen on Saturday, fined $10,000 by the NBA as a result of that incident.
And that happened in the 3rd quarter of Game 4 with Houston.
Start of the 4th quarter, Robert Horry with the ball. Derek Harper, Rick Fox, Glenn Rice, and Sean Rooks are the same 5 in there for the Lakers that finished the quarter. Rice, who has struggled since the early going, gets his own rebound and comes through.
You give him room where you're not going to allow another player to come from behind and disrupt the shot, which we've seen tonight. I've seen it more tonight than I have in the entire season combined. I mean, he's nothing but money. I mean, he's right on it today.
And he made a good defensive play confronting Robinson. As a result, the Lakers get it back on the turnover. So all of a sudden, Lakers down by only 7 points, despite their struggles against this defense. And remember, Kobe Bryant, Shaquille O'Neal still on the bench for the Lakers. Here is Rooks open, and he hits, and the lead is down to 5.
So he's in there for a purpose. Now, it was unfortunate for him that he fumbled that pass that Harper gave him right before the corner. Now, they're the first points for the bench in this game. And remember, the Lakers still have 0 fast break points.
And that's hard to believe because that is their game.
That is their style. You know, get the rebound, kick it out, beat you down the floor, make something happen. 4 on 3, 3 on 2. It is not there tonight.
Antonio Daniels, the young backup point guard, checks in for Avery Johnson. Johnson goes out with 9 points and 8 assists. A solid game for Johnson. Early here in the 4th quarter, Dick Stockton, Hubie Brown, and Craig Sager And a battle royal it is. Malik Rose in the game for the Spurs, and a foul. No basket by Kersey.
What we just had there, Rooks and David Robinson were hung up. And Rooks had David Robinson's arms pinned. Now, I mean, I can't believe that you don't think that we have 3 referees, that one of the 3 will see this. Okay, I mean, keep it, it's going to be right down on the box. Now watch Robinson. See, once he tries to move, he's got him with both hands. I mean, come on.
Well, Rooks picking up his 3rd foul. Jaren Jackson looking for David Robinson in the post against Rooks. And here's the Afro going up, and the foul called against Robert Horry of the Lakers.
You have to say, when you have an advantage, will you please take advantage of the advantage? And that is Robinson can put it on the floor anytime against Rooks or against Robert Reed. It's there for them. Same thing anytime Duncan gets any one of those 2 or Shaq on a mismatch.
Coming up on Turner Sports, NBA playoff action continues tomorrow starting at 8 p.m. on TNT. Game 1 between the Knicks and the Hawks, followed by the Blazers at the Jazz. Then on Wednesday, starting at 7 on TNT, Game 2 between the 76ers and the Pacers. Indiana leading, having won tonight. Followed by Game 2 of the series between the Lakers and Spurs. That's all coming up on Turner Sports. Free throws by Robinson. He's in double figures, and the Spurs lead by 7. Here is Harper trying to get around the young point guard Daniels. Horry, Malik Rose trying to keep him at bay, and Robert Horry off the mark with a jumper. Rose gets the rebound, so the Spurs trying to hold the Lakers at bay with their bench, other than David Robinson in there. Maybe that's all you need.
Well, Horry was playing David to come into the lane with the left-hand dribble. David gave him the fake spun baseline. Beautiful.
And you're wondering when we're going to see Tim Duncan back in there, along with Shaq and Kobe Bryant. Rice missing a 3 badly. And here come the Spurs, up by 9. They can match their biggest lead of the game if they get a basket here on this possession. They've got their bench in with Jackson, Daniels, Rose, and Kersey, and driving in is Robinson, and he'll go to the line once more.
It's money in the bank. I mean, you just do it time and time again. And you just force them to foul you, put you on the line, or you're going to get a high percentage shot.
Crowd on its feet here at the Alamodome. They're loving what they've seen.
Day 82. Coldest day yet. Even the dogs won't move. Still no radio contact, and supplies are running low.
Mom? I brought you some cookies and some nice hot cocoa. Bye-bye, dear.
No matter how bad conditions get, there are a few things you can always count on. The Go Anywhere Jeep Cherokee is just one of them. Now get a Cherokee and get all these features at no extra charge.
Want 50% more shine stuff? Get Ultra Shine Protectant from Armor All. Armor All protection and the ultimate shine.
What a shot. How'd you do it?
With the ELF, there's nothing to it. The ELF 370Z is full of surprises, like a 3x zoom and 3 picture sizes. Have you seen all the ELFs?
What a shot. From Ken.
Well, Memorial Day weekend coming up, and one of the biggest races of the NASCAR season is coming to the Superstation. Tune in to the Coca-Cola 600. That's live May 30th, only on TBS. Superstation. There is Ambrose Robinson, David's father, and should have a smile on his face because David Robinson, after picking up 3 fouls in the first half, has not picked up a personal in the second. 7 points and 5 rebounds.
Yeah, I like it because what he's doing, he's attacking them. You know, people talk about his season. He only averaged 15 points. Look, he was 5th in the league in field goal percentage. He was 9th in block shots, 10th in rebounding. What else must you do? Now, it's difficult to score 20 points if you are only playing X amount of minutes, 6 less minutes than what you are normally accustomed to throughout your career.
Well, the main characters are back in the game. Tim Duncan has returned for the Spurs. He leads them with 23 points. Here is Duncan, and Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe Bryant are back. Kobe Bryant was out 9 minutes. Committed only 1 foul, but 5 turnovers, and Bryant with 12, and Shaq was out for 5 minutes, and he has 4 personals.
See, Bryant had a very solid first half all-around play, even with the 5 assists and the 10 points. But in that third quarter, he got away from himself, took some very bad shots, low percentage, and then turned the basketball over. And what you have to do is bring him out and talk to him.
Jerome Kersey commits the foul on Glenn Rice, and so Rice will inbound. So it's Rice, Horry, Bryant, O'Neal, and Rick Fox. The Lakers already have 14 fouls. The Spurs 1. That could be a factor here. And Shaq misses the layup inside. San Antonio had numbers for the moment, but Daniels waits for Duncan. And they go back in the corner. And the three-point basket by Jaren Jackson, his second of the game.
Excellent ball movement. They went 2 passes beyond an open shot, and they got a better shot.
And the Spurs have opened up a 13-point lead with 3.5 minutes gone by here in the fourth quarter. Shaquille O'Neal going up, and he draws the foul.
There's an interesting matchup out on the floor right now. Rice is hot. So Popovich from San Antonio gives Elliott a blow and brings in Kersey. They continue to try to post up Rice, but Kersey, being a veteran and a real physical player, keeps knocking him off the post-up area.
David Robinson picking up his 4th foul, his first of the second half, and Shaquille O'Neal on the line for the first time in the second half. So Robinson's going to go out with his 4, replaced by Will Perdue. But Shaq, who was 7 of 10 from the line in the first half, now making only his 2nd free throw attempt of the second half, but he's 9 of 12. That's phenomenal for him.
Well, both teams are very herky-jerky. The game is so physical, but what you do not like is everything is slowed down and there is very little movement. And when you have athletic teams that are noted, you know, pretty good defensive people, well, they're going to take everything away from them.
Speaking of take, Tim Duncan took there on the move to the basket. 25 for Duncan. His high point game in the opening round of the playoffs was 26, and at the other end, a San Antonio foul on Kersey. That'll be his 3rd. Well, amazing what you're talking about, because we have not seen a fast break basket by the Lakers tonight.
Well, first of all, you have to defend, get the miss, and kick it out in order to go. But how about where are the forced turnovers? The Lakers are not turning San Antonio over at all on the perimeter.
Lakers shooting only 38% in the game. Fox goes back to Kobe Bryant, the double with Jackson and Daniels, and finally the personal is called, and it'll be against Jaren Jackson.
There is something missing in this game from the Lakers that was a big factor in them beating Houston, and that the 9 shot blocks. See, the shot blocks will also get you out in the open floor.
Fox missing from 3, Daniels the rebound, and San Antonio filling the lane. So the Lakers have not done it on the defensive end. Forget about their offensive struggles. And a good steal as Rice gets his hands on the ball. Kobe Bryant driving in, and he lost control of it.
Well, you see, he didn't give it up. You see, when he crossed half court, Fox was open on the left-hand side. What you always do is get the ball up the floor and allow the defense to move, and then he'll get the ball right back to you.
And Antonio Daniels hitting the jump shot, so the Spurs taking advantage of the 6th turnover of the game by Kobe Bryant. Now lead by 15, and a timeout called by the Lakers. Lakers. Spurs have yet to miss here in the fourth quarter.
I'm going to the movies. Hey.
High-definition home theater.
When I grow up, I want to file all day.
I want to claw my way up to middle management. Be replaced on a whim. I want to have a brown nose.
I want to be a yes man.
Yes, woman. Yes, sir. Coming, sir.
Anything for a raise, sir.
When I grow up,
I want to be underappreciated.
to be paid less for doing the same job.
I want to be forced into early retirement.
Take the Compass Career Assessment Test now on Monster.com.
Mickey D's. Now, who has the rhythm of your morning? Did somebody say McDonald's?
The 1999 Atlanta Braves, all season on the Superstation.
7 minutes and 13 seconds to go in the fourth quarter, and since the Lakers took that 12-point lead in the first quarter, Hubie, they have been outscored by 27.
Well, we talk about the Lakers' no fast break points. Well, they only have 3 blocks. San Antonio dominating the paint area. They have only forced 7 turnovers, so they cannot get out in the open floor. Now, let's go back to the Houston series. They averaged 99 during the year, second leading scoring team in the league. They got 99 against Houston. They led the league in field goal percentage at 47%. They shot 47%. Tonight, they're not going to be anywhere near 99, and their shooting percentage is hovering down around that 38-39%. So give San Antonio a ton of credit here for the way that they are defending this thing.
And as we came in, you talked about how the Spurs were tremendous in differential field goal percentage for the opposition. In fact, they were the NBA's best ever at 40% since they started figuring out those numbers. Kobe Bryant with a nifty move to the basket. He has 14. Shaq leading the Lakers with 19. Glenn Rice, 17 of their top scorers. But it's a 13-point deficit with 6:42 to go in the fourth. Antonio Daniels throws it away, and it's intercepted by Bryant. And a reverse slam dunk. Crowd did not like that show by Kobe.
Now, we're looking at the clock. You're only down 11. Plenty of time. But you need your three-point game also as you are going to make the move.
Duncan double team. Jaren Jackson and Daniels have played a poised game as backup guards and stepping on the line and turning it over. So the Lakers trying to stage a run here with 6:13 to go.
Duncan tried to go away from the double team. And by that, we mean a double team was coming from the middle. So he spun baseline, but they continued to keep him behind the backboard. Smart defense.
Spurs' 4th turnover this quarter, and Avery Johnson is back in the game at point guard for San Antonio. Here is Kobe Bryant driving around Jackson. His finger roll and a tip in. I think Shaq might have gotten that one. We'll wait for the official call. And it is Shaquille O'Neal who has 21 points.
I like the call right now. Excellent timeout. They just get a quick 6-0 on you right now. They want a 20. All Popovich wants to do right now is to clear his guys up and say to them, listen, let's regroup at the offensive end of the floor. We just had 2 quick turnovers, boom, boom. Cost us 2 quick baskets. Let's not let them back into this game.
Coming up after the game, it's Inside the NBA. You get a chance to get caught up on all the NBA playoff action. We'll look back at tonight's action and preview tomorrow's opening games between the Hawks and the Knicks and the Blazers and the Jazz. Join Bob Lorenz, Kenny Smith, and the NBA's 6th man, Magic's Darryl Armstrong, in our Atlanta studio. David Robinson with 13 points tonight, and he's done it with foul trouble as the Spurs trying to break that 6-0 run by the Lakers. It is a 9-point game. Plenty of time to go.
Sure. Let's see that Laker defense now. See if it can force some turnovers, get some blocks, take bad percentage shots.
Kersey missing, and the ball knocked out of bounds, and it's last touched by the Lakers. So Sean Elliott will come in the game now as Greg Popovich slowly will bring back all of his starters. He has Duncan, Robinson, Elliott, and Johnson in there, along with Darren Jackson.
Well, that second group did a very nice job. They're the ones that stretched the lead.
And Will Perdue, a first-half hero tonight, when Robinson got into foul trouble. Duncan, one-on-one defense with J.R. Reed, stripped away by Derek Fisher, who got hit himself. Fisher got hit in the stomach, it appears. So the Spurs with 4 straight possessions in which they don't score, and Glenn Rice on the turnaround brings the Lakers to within 7.
Well, I'm glad I brought out the point that they can't score 99. Since I did that, they haven't missed the shot, and they've turned them over 3 straight times.
They heard you on the intercom. Here's David Robinson going out to Elliott. Under 5 minutes to go. Robinson with a fake and a foul, and Shaq has his 5th personal foul, and Robinson will shoot 2. So one more, and Shaquille O'Neal will be disqualified. And Shaq right now staying in the game.
No lead is comfortable because we know that San Antonio, bad foul shooting team, 69%, same as the Lakers. So nothing is a gimme when San Antonio goes to the line.
David Robinson, 7 of 10 tonight from the stripe, and he misses the first. So the Lakers very much in this game. There you see Robinson with 7-11 from the line, 3 of 7 from the field. Sean Rooks gets off the bench, and Robinson makes 1 out of 2, and the Spurs with an 8-point lead.
Now the Spurs have done an excellent job in shutting down the Lakers' 3-point game. Now they usually shoot 35%, get off 14. They cannot get good looks. Now will it open up in this last 4 quarters?
Robinson overplaying Shaq and fouled by Tim Duncan. That is Duncan's first personal foul, and Shaq will go to the line. And this is the stage of the game where teams don't mind fouling Shaquille O'Neal.
Well, you see, that's the advantage of San Antonio. You wheel away from the 1-7-footer playing you. You think you're going for a dunk, and all of a sudden the second 7-footer is there, and he not only gets a piece of the shot, he fouls you. But no 3-point play. That's the key.
The only threes tonight by the Lakers by Fisher and Rice. Shaquille O'Neal, who is 9 for his first 12 from the line, misses both, and that's why Shaquille always the liability down the stretch at the stripe, because the percentage is even out.
That's why I say in this series, however long it goes, no lead will be safe.
80-72, the Spurs in front, 4:20 remaining, and 7 on the shot clock. We're in the 4th quarter. David Robinson and Elliott for 3. And over the top, turns it over to the Lakers. Remember that Shaquille O'Neal staying in the game with 5 personal fouls, and I think a good move by Kurt Rambis with his team down by 8.
Absolutely. Main thing is he's your big guy at both ends of the floor for the boards. He's your prime time field goal percentage shooter guy, and you just got to hope that that's not going to happen. Well, it just happened.
Well, Bryant with the pass, and Shaq unable to handle it. So the Spurs coming back with under 4 minutes to go. They have managed only 1 point in the last 3 minutes themselves. Turnover story. Fisher guarding Avery Johnson. They get it down low to Robinson. He's looking for the 5th foul. Knocked away. I think Kobe Bryant might have done that one. Here is Glenn Rice. Back to Fisher. They can't get open for the threes. Good point made by you. Here is Shaq down low against Robinson. And Shaquille O'Neal can't do it. And the Spurs, with 3:20 to go, still leading by 8.
At the San Antonio end of the game, at the end of their floor, they have been stripped 5 times in the paint.
And they lose it again. Avery Johnson loses it to Kobe Bryant. Crossover against Elliott. Here is Fisher. No foul called. And Bryant going in, and he misses. They are letting them play.
Oh, look out, another steal.
And finally a foul is called. We have Ellie down, Avery Johnson down, and this has become a roller derby of sorts as Derek Fisher picks up his 4th personal foul.
On the initial fast break, we had great defense by Elliott, cutting off Bryant, forcing a bad play. After that, it was nothing but a scrum.
Exactly.
Introducing the all-new Jeep Grand Cherokee. With an advanced 4-wheel disc anti-lock braking system, it delivers the best stopping ability in its class. And that's good news for everyone. The all-new Jeep Grand Cherokee, the most capable sport utility ever.
Hi, folks. I'm Wilford Brimley. I love my flowers, and for them, this is absolutely perfect. It's called a leverage digger.
Introducing the Leverage Digger Cultivator. It features a patented leverage bar that creates maximum power and easy gardening. The T-grip makes it easy to dig up weeds, and creating beautiful flower gardens is a breeze. With Leverage, gardening just got a whole lot easier. The Leverage Digger is available at these fine retailers. For more information, call 1-800-898-1422.
I'm going to use it. I hope you do the same.
Come to life in the Adirondacks. This is where the water is. More than 3,000 lakes and ponds. Where great mountains reach to the sky. Call now and get all 3 Adirondack guides free. Pick all the things you want to do and stretch your vacation time. Call 1-888-GO-DAX for great rates on lodging and attractions. And receive valuable coupons absolutely free. Come to life. We're what a vacation is all about.
Spurs in front of the Lakers 80-72 with 2:48 to go in game 1 in a feverish 4th quarter. The battle between Shaquille O'Neal and David Robinson. Robinson picked up 3 fouls in the first half, and now Shaq is playing with 5. Robinson has come alive offensively with 6 points here in the 4th quarter. Shaq with 19 points and 14 rebounds, along with those 5 personals. Avery Johnson on the free throw line to try to give the Spurs a 10-point lead. Both teams are in the penalty.
You know, at the top, you and I brought out the point that this game would be played under duress because of the great players. You know what? I think we used the wrong word. This is the most physical game that I have seen in the playoffs so far. And you and I, this is our 7th ball game.
Right.
I mean, you cannot be faint of heart on the floor in this one.
No question about it. The lead is 9. And there is Glenn Rice with the turnaround, and Sean Elliott getting the rebound for the Spurs. 2.5 minutes remaining in the 4th quarter. The lead is 9 for San Antonio.
Big thing is you want to work the time, get some time off the clock, but then make sure that you can explode into what you really want.
Here is Avery Johnson with a crossover dribble, everything but the basket as he front-rimmed it. And here come the Lakers coming back. Remember, threes have not been a part of their format tonight, right, but here is Fisher for 3, and he misses. Reed gets the rebound at the other end, and Kobe Bryant flies in, and he can't do it. So nothing's working now for the Lakers as all shots are falling off.
Yeah, they had 2 great opportunities. A wide-open 3 by Fisher, and that was a magnificent move. Unfortunately, naturally, the ball did not go down.
Well, one thing's apparent, the Lakers' opposition, they come up in class a bit going into this round as opposed to Houston. And another turnover, that's the 8th by San Antonio in the last 5 minutes.
Well, Duncan just hit the ball down on the floor, went up 25 feet. Mainly he's discouraged with himself because he made a very bad decision on that pass. Kobe Bryant is shooting the passing lanes right now, coming up with a great deal of steals. But give San Antonio credit. They are not allowing him now in the open floor on the break, you know, to get to the rim without somebody contesting it.
Kobe Bryant, 20 years old, came out of Lower Merion High School in Philadelphia. Misses his first free throw in 3 tries tonight as Derek Harper and Robert Horry go over things on the Laker bench. 1:35 to go. Bryant nearly perfect in the first round from the line. And now a loose ball foul called against the Lakers. And it's J.R. Reed. And that'll send one of the Spurs to the line for 2 shots, and it'll be David Robinson.
Now, in the first half, we had the same type of a situation where J.R. Reed nailed Will Purdue, but it was not called at that time. Now, this time, the referees were right down on top. Now, for whatever happened in there, they're not going to allow it.
Robinson now 8 of 13 from the line.
Now, keep an eye right to the left there. You can say that J.R. Reed, as the man moved in, got him with his right forearm.
And Robinson 1 out of 2. It is a 9-point lead for San Antonio, but time working against the Lakers. And you pointed out all night the Lakers have not been able to get the 3-point shots off. Only 2 have been made, and the ball last touched by the Spurs. The Lakers with 17 seconds to attempt a shot. San Antonio trying to take advantage of the home court advantage to take a 1-0 lead in this best of 7. Game 2 Wednesday night right here on TNT, though. Our sister station, Kobe Bryant, trying to find some room, and he's fouled. And the foul is against David Robinson. 5 on Robinson, but he avoided the big foul trouble in the second half tonight. Coming up after the game, inside the NBA, chance to get caught up on all the NBA playoff action. A look back at tonight's action, a preview of tomorrow's opening games between the Hawks and the Knicks, and the Blazers and the Jazz series. Join Bob Lorenz, Kenny Smith, and Darrell Armstrong of the Orlando Magic, the NBA's top 6 man in our Atlanta studio.
If you're coaching the Lakers, you're upset. You still can come back here right now. There's plenty of time.
7-point lead with 1:11 to go, and the Lakers really pressuring the Spurs, and a foul is committed. Let's see if there was foul. No, it was no foul. And a timeout will be taken by San Antonio, so it'll be out of bounds. Spurs ball when we come back. The lead is 7.
I dropped my Bud Light in the river.
The river? For the love of so much, not the river. Bud Light in the river, huh? Well, here we go again. Who's with me? Show your hands!
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
Come on, Stumpy!
Now a call from the road is like a call from the park. Because now they're as affordable as calling from home. Introducing AT&T Personal Network. Your calling card calls, wireless calls, and long-distance calls from home are just 10 cents a minute. All for just $29.99 a month. You can even add internet access. Just call 1-800-4ATT now. AT&T Personal Network. Now, no matter how you call, it's like calling from home. Call 1-800-4ATT now.
Pitchers want to be hitters. That's un-American.
Why would pitchers want to hit?
Everybody wants to be a hitter.
50% of pitching is hitting anyway.
What can I say? A low ERA just isn't that sexy.
Pitchers want to be hitters, huh? Another shameless attempt by Nike to sell more sneakers.
I don't want to say anything because they're still pitchers.
Emotions have been worn on the sleeve of the players tonight on both sides as the San Antonio Spurs, trailing by 4 at the quarter, holding the Lakers to just 17 points in the second and third quarters and trying to withstand a Laker rally here. They were up by as many as 13 with San Antonio. They've got the ball, but the lead is 7 with 1:09 to go.
As poorly as you have played, if you're the Lakers, nothing has gone right. You are still in the game, but you need some defensive quick stops here.
And Avery Johnson throws the ball away.
That's right.
And yet another turnover by the Spurs here in the fourth quarter. They are giving the Lakers an opportunity to stay in the game. 9 turnovers in this fourth quarter.
They need a quick score here.
And under a minute to go, it's a 7-point lead. Glenn Rice, the man to get it from downrange, although Ellie is defending. Rice with a tough shot and it drops for him. And now it's a 5-point game.
You're right there.
And you know the Lakers will foul. The Spurs have been shaky from the line. Duncan over the line to Ellie. Watch the clock, and we've got 15 seconds to go on the shot clock. The game clock on the right, and finally a foul is called on Robert Horry. And now it's incumbent, if San Antonio is to survive, to make their free throws, and Ellie goes to the line.
Now, coming up to the foul line right now, we know that San Antonio has missed 9 opportunities. They're shooting less than 66%. Mario Ellie is a key performer for. He's 87 on the line, but you still have to make it.
And now make it 10 free throws missed, 5 here in the fourth quarter. So when you look at Greg Popovich's team with 9 turnovers and 5 missed free throws, no wonder the Lakers still have a shot. 1 out of 2 for Ellie, and that makes it 83-77 in favor of the Spurs, and the Lakers call a timeout. 36.4 seconds remain, and the game still hangs in the balance.
TBS and Richard Petty want you to know your NASCAR on the Superstation.
Would you like to make $10, $20, even $30,000 more a month?
I did.
I did. You see, I have created an astounding, foolproof money-making method. Thanks to you, I made 10 grand in one day. Wow. It's easy. Simply send me $50 for my book, How to Get People to Send You $50 for a Book.
It's time for E-Trade, the #1 place to invest online.
If I was a window washer, an architect, a security guard, or a farmer, instead of a famous basketball player, would you care what I drink? Would Sprite not taste the same? Would I be doing this commercial? What do you think?
In our quest for the finest brakes in the world, we tested our pads against other leading brands. With pad after pad, in test after test, the results were always the same. No other brand stopped shorter than Performance Friction Carbon Metallic, the ones we stock at AutoZone.
A little more than a half a minute remaining in the fourth quarter as you look at the timeouts remaining. The Spurs trying to withstand the foul trouble by David Robinson in the first half, and a self-destructive mode here in the fourth quarter. He'll be with turnovers and missed free throws.
Right now, the Los Angeles Lakers, you've got to get the quick score, whether it's a 2 or a 3. The main thing is that you score quickly, you then go for the steal. If you get the steal or you don't get the steal, they get it inbounds, you go for the quick foul. Clock management is key here right now.
Kobe Bryant with the ball, guarded by Elliott, goes around Elliott. Off balance for the moment, and Robert Horry leaves it for Bryant for 3. He misses the 3, and Shaquille O'Neal lays it in. So they get 2 with 24 seconds to go, and Bryant quickly fouls Sean Elliott.
Unfortunately, in that situation, it took them too long of a period of time. When they got the ball in, it looked like they were definitely going for a quick score. And if they had that, you would have had it down to 4, and still you were in the 30s. But now, by moving the ball around, taking a shot and missing, well, then you get lucked out because Shaq comes up with the rebound. But you're still in it here because you're forcing them to make the shots.
Elliott, 3 for 3 tonight, and 10 of 12 in the first round, and he misses a free throw. And the Spurs intent on giving the Lakers hope and keeping him in the game. It is a 4-point game, a 2-possession game right now, with 23.1 seconds remaining.
And remember, the key, the Lakers still have 2 timeouts, fulls, and 1:20. So no matter what happens here, you can move it to half court.
Elliott with 1, and it's 84-79. And it will be a full timeout called here by Kurt Rambis. 5-point lead for the Spurs. We'll be right back.
Coliseum area in the early 90s was dilapidated building, overgrown lots, and basically it wasn't an area where you would want to be caught in. Oh, now they can't believe it's the same area. When people come in, they said, where these houses come from? But is this the same neighborhood? Home ownership is the main ingredient. When you own your own home, it gives you a feeling you belong. You stand for something.
We look at the neighborhood and we look at the house and we feel like we've accomplished something.
The Fannie Mae Foundation.
Who can solve this? Mr. Montez.
Last Saturday in the Army Reserve, I linked up 40 tanks, 60 Humvees, and 7,000 troops. On Monday, class was no sweat.
Not bad, Mr. Montez.
As little as 1 weekend a month, 2 weeks a year. Army Reserve.
Want 50% more shine stuff? Get Ultra Shine Protectant from Armor All. Armor All protection and the ultimate shine.
Slam dunk. Win a Nestle Crunch. I can do that.
You're not afraid of heights, are you?
I can do this. I can do this.
Hey, Grant, look what I got. Chocolate. Grant has left the building.
It's crunch time. Give me that Crunch Bar.
I knew you could do it.
Nah, you didn't think I could do it.
Yeah, I did.
No, you didn't.
Did too.
QB, as we look at the timeout story, what's the strategy here?
Well, you're down 5. You're looking for a quick score. Now, if you get the quick score, it's great. You still put on the pressure, force them to take another timeout. Now, if you get a wide-open 3, then naturally you take the wide-open 3. But you do not waste precious seconds trying to get a 3. Because if you shoot and miss it, what you will do is foul. Now you'll put them on the line. The lead can go to 6-7.
Lakers are 2 for 9 from three-point range. Here is Robert Horry on the baseline, puts it up, a wild shot into the hands of Ellie, who's fouled, and that is probably not the best shot or the guy you maybe wanted to shoot in that instance. So the Spurs will go to the line now with a chance to add to their lead. They're up by 5.
In situations like that, you're always looking to get the ball to your 2 best guys who are going to get fouled. And when the ball comes in here now, they're looking to go to Shaq, but Horry decides to take it himself, but he ended up with a very bad angle.
Ellie makes good on the first. Last few times down, the Spurs have been only able to make 1 out of 2 from the line, and the Lakers getting a point back by making baskets. They did not get a basket there, and Ellie still 1 out of 2, and a timeout called by the Lakers. They have a 1 and a 20, and this one appears to be a full timeout, and the lead is still 5, so it is still a 2-possession game.
Like they say, never foul a guy who's a high percentage shooter. Ellie's 87%, he's missed 2 out of 4. How do you figure? Pressure.
Do you know me? Probably not. I became a card member 40 years ago. I was starting a winery and traveled to France.
Do you really have to? Do you really have
I used my card to stay longer. That business trip turned into a honeymoon.
Due to terrorist
And even in the worst of times,
This is American Express.
they've been
We
there.
have found a way to get you out.
Even helped me buy a sports franchise.
What do you think?
Not bad for the first 40 years.
Apply now. Call 1-800-THE-CARD.
So, you gonna buy this car
this
today?
SUV today or not?
Just for you.
I'm gonna talk to my boss.
No hassles, no haggling, low prices. Log on to autobuy.com. We're changing the way America buys cars.
This is Propecia, a pill that might interest you. Talk to your doctor. And call 1-888-5-MERC-9 to see if you're eligible for a $10 rebate certificate. Propecia. There's no reason to wait.
The NBA playoffs on TBS. Brought to you by Bud Light. If you want great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light. By 1-800-CALL AT&T for collect calls. By the more than 2,700 AutoZone stores across America. AutoZone, the best parts in auto parts. By Fannie Mae Foundation, showing America a new way home. And by Nike.
The Lakers with only a 20-second timeout left.
The only way the Lakers can get back right now is to hit 2 quick threes. Now, we know that any time the ball crosses on a dribble, a screen and roll, etc., just switch and keep the guys perimeter.
And there is Elliott trying to steal the ball from Kobe Bryant. And there is Fisher driving in. And Shaq has his shot blocked by Tim Duncan. And here is Avery Johnson. And he puts the exclamation point on. And the San Antonio Spurs will take the 1-0 lead over the LA Lakers in this series as the game ends on Derek Fisher's layup. And the final score tonight, the Spurs 87, the Lakers 81. And David Robinson, who came up big offensively in the second half after foul trouble in the first half, one of 4 players in double figures with 15 points and 8 rebounds. But it was Tim Duncan who led the way with San Antonio with 25 points, 7 rebounds, and 6 blocks for Duncan. Here is the block at the end against Shaq.
Now this is, you're looking for an easy score. There is a great rotation and block from a man coming from the other side of the lane. Now, even if he would have made that, you were still down 4, and the clock was against you. But both coaches have a lot to work on by Game 2 on Wednesday.
Kobe Bryant and Glenn Rice and Shaquille O'Neal, all with 21 points in the game for the Lakers, who go down a defeat to the Spurs. And right now, let's go out to Craig Sager.
Well, I'm with the guy with the toughest assignment all night, David Robinson, guarding Shaquille O'Neal. Obviously, a tough assignment. You get an early foul trouble. Are you sore?
Well, you know, you're going to get out there and bang a little bit, but we got a day off tomorrow. You know, it was tough. I got into foul trouble early, and it's hard to get into a good rhythm. But we had nice team defense on them tonight. They started off with a little rush, and we buckled down and did a nice job.
When Shaq was able to beat you, Tim Duncan was there to help out.
Yeah.
The final block here, Shaq obviously felt he was fouled. He went to Steve Javi, had to be helped off by Kurt Rambis. Any words out there as you guys are battling?
No, not really. You know, it's just physical. It's just, you know, he's a big boy. He's coming down, trying to get low post. We're just playing hard down there, and no words. I mean, I played him I don't know how many years now, and we usually don't say nothing to each other on the floor.
You've sacrificed a lot of your game this year for the good of the team, but I have to ask you a question. First time in your whole career you did not make an all-defensive team when you played this season. Did it bother you?
Yeah, it bothered me. You know, me and Tim got a little running joke about that. You know, Tim's first team all defense, and I told him, they give you my blocks, now they're giving you my awards now, but that's all right. He's playing great, and you know, I love Tim, but all I care about right now after all these years in the league, win games, man. We need to win. As long as we do that, I'm happy.
All right, so let's go back now to Dick and Hubie.
Oh, I don't remember a happier David Robinson, but he is tonight with a great game. He and Tim Duncan, the big 1-2 punch, and Shaquille O'Neal, who kept his cool throughout the game, going after Steve Javi after the game. Shaq upset as you see Kurt Rambis trying to get him away, but Shaquille O'Neal taking a lot of punishment tonight in the game as the San Antonio Spurs in a very physical game over the Los Angeles Lakers. And the final score again, 87-81, San Antonio winning as the Spurs defense holding the Lakers to 38% from the field, and now have won 9 out of 10 going back to their 5-game winning streak at the end of the regular season. So the Spurs take the 1-0 lead in the best of 7 before 25,297 at the Alamodome. So for Hubie Brown and Craig Sager, Dick Stockton saying so long. Coming up inside the NBA with Bob Lorenz coming up after these messages. So long, everybody.
The Grand Slam is probably, the worst thing you can give up as a pitcher.
It's terrible. It's brutal. I mean, you'd rather smash your car on the way home. I mean, it's terrible.
Pirates and Braves, 7:35 Eastern, Tuesday night on the Superstation.
Attention homeowners, if you've had it up to here with Tangle Trimmer Line, change it once and for all with Easy Trim, the most convenient gas trimmer replacement head ever. Blades snap into place in just 3 quick seconds. Faster than you can say Easy Trim, your hassles with Tangle Trimmer Line are gone. With its large cutting diameter, Easy Trim fits virtually all gas trimmers. Easy Trim is available at participating lawn and garden, hardware, home center retailers everywhere.
George,
you're breaking up. Oh, no! That's it. I'm getting Sprint PCS.
Sprint PCS, the clear alternative to cellular. Available at Beyond Beepers in Paramus, Wayne, and East Hanover. Beyond Beepers, select, don't settle. From their large selection of pagers, prepaid calling cards, voicemail service, 800 numbers, and Sprint PCS digital technology. Beyond Beepers. Be sure to check out our latest promotion today. We're just a phone call away.
Hi, everybody. Bob Lorenz in our Atlanta studio. This is a coffee mug. It holds coffee. What does it have to do with Inside the NBA? Well, Darrell Armstrong of the Orlando Magic is our guest. Coffee and sugar, his pregame ritual. Kenny Smith has him strapped down right now, but we're about to unleash him on the high-test version of Inside the NBA next.
Iverson with an opportunity off the Geiger screen. Out front, Allen Iverson into the lane. Scoop off the board. Good, he was hammered and he scores. Wow, what a play.
Jackson up top. Jalen with it down low. Antonio Davis dunks the ball. Count it.
Johnson against Fisher. Fisher with 2 fouls. Both teams out of fouls. Duncan dribble drive on Reed. In deep. Slam dunk. That's too easy, Chick.
We have all heard the expression, the cream rises to the top. Well, this season, the cream and sugar rose to the top in Orlando. Darrell Armstrong, as you see, pure caffeine in that Magic offense. You've never seen him move so fast. We had to slow him down a bit to get him on the show. Because of that, here in the NBA's 6th Man Award, he joins Kenny and I in the studio. The coffee theme for a reason. Darrell joins us, and as Kenny Smith and I know, coffee and sugar, the pregame ritual, and you're whipping up a batch.
Can I get a, for myself and Darrell, just to make him feel at home? Because I want him to be at the same level that he normally is.
Got to make sure he's on his game.
No questions. And I'm going to get, is this the way you do it, Darrell? Like about, it's about, tell me when to stop.
Keep going.
Tell me when to stop.
Going.
You know what I'll do? I'll just pour the coffee inside there. Pour the coffee inside there, man.
We got to make sure you're at optimum level for this. What do you do to unwind to drink? Do you have like a triple espresso or?
Nah, I just try to relax a little bit after the game. Try to listen to a little gospel music just to relax a little bit.
You definitely bring it up during the game, and you know, the Lakers and Spurs. Boy, I'll tell you what, they played a tough battle. Not exactly cream and sugar out there. It was a little more physical.
Real physical. Just from the 4th quarter, it was just so physical out there, and I think the referee was going to make the teams decide the game instead of them making calls. And like you say, San Antonio hung in there and got the win.
Well, I thought the biggest thing was the shot selection by the Los Angeles Lakers. You probably had about 4 or 5 times where the ball could have gone inside to Shaquille O'Neal. You run the offense through him. The other guys are going to get open if he gets the ball because you have to double team him. I thought they had some quick shots, and then defensively that led to the transition game, and they weren't able to get back. And A.V. Johnson and those guys, he was finding people, and they were scoring easily.
Yeah, guys, at the end of the game, we saw Shaq go after the referee, Steve Jaffe. Shaq felt like he was getting hacked a lot. Is that the impression you got, Darrell?
Well, from the beginning of the game, he was getting hacked a lot, and I mean, he's just a big guy, and it's hard to call the game sometimes against him because, sometimes he makes the contact, and sometimes the defense makes the contact, but it's hard.
He's gonna get fouled. The rest of the series, Shaq, you're gonna have to live with the fact that they're gonna beat you up. It would be like Darrell Armstrong guarding you. He's so much smaller than you, Ben.
No, he would kill me. By the way, would you want to go one-on-one with Shaq, Darrell? That'd be fun, wouldn't it?
Nah, I think I'd rather post up Kenny.
All right, well, let's take a look at Shaq and see exactly what he was talking about, because Shaq, as you see, going after the ref and laying a nice gentle hand on him just to get Steve Jaffe's attention there, I guess, guys. And it won't be probably any carryover to game 2, except that Shaq
it'll be carryover because it'll carry out of his pocket now that we've all let Rod Thorne, the NBA vice president, see this tape, and he's going to get fined for that little escapade after the game.
Well, maybe he just had to touch him because he was so dry he couldn't whistle and get his attention.
I don't know if it's worth the price. Do you, D?
I don't think so. But he got enough money to pay for it.
That's right. He sure does. All right, well, guys, let's get the 20 sugar version of tonight's NBA action, also known as the Fast Break, and we begin with what happened in the East. Philly and Indiana at Market Square, and the Pacers win this one 94-90 to go up 1-0 in that series. Game 2 Wednesday night on TNT. Iverson with 35 and kind of negated by the 27 by Jalen Rose. And the Lakers and Spurs, you just saw it, the doubleheader on TNT. 87-81 San Antonio goes up 1-0 in that series despite 21 from Rice, Shaq, and Kobe. All right, here's what you will see tomorrow on TNT. Tuesday, the start of the Knicks-Hawks series in Atlanta, followed by the start of the Jazz-Blazers series in Portland. Wednesday, it's the two teams you saw tonight. Same order. The Sixers and Pacers tip off Game 2 of their series on TNT. Then the Lakers and Spurs will play the nightcap in San Antonio. Thursday, back to the Knicks and Hawks. Game 2 in Atlanta, followed by Utah and Portland. And then Friday night, the Pacers and Sixers stand alone on TNT as their series moves to Philadelphia for Game 3. Well, a story out of Orlando today. Penny Hardaway says there is no doubt he'll exercise his option to become a free agent this summer. Penny grew increasingly unhappy with his role with the Magic this season and with criticism he says he felt was undeserved.
It's a tough situation for me right now. It feels like, I'm just not being respected like I need to be respected here. I felt like I made everybody else on this team better, even if I wasn't scoring points. They want to say who's MVPs, who's not MVPs, who played bad, who played good. I mean, that's just a part of basketball. But like I said, we overachieved this year, and I know I was a big part of that.
Well, Daryl, obviously he's a teammate. Is this just venting, or do you take this very seriously?
Right now, I don't know. Right now, the early exit out of the playoff could be frustration. But I just think a lot of people expect Penny to score points every night, and basically that's how you are viewed in the NBA sometimes when you're a superstar, that you got to score points. And a lot of times, if you don't score points, people think you play bad, and it's not it's not that way. Penny does a lot of good things for us without scoring, assists, rebound. He's going to get a double team, so just be ready to shoot the ball. And he brings all them things to the game. And right now he probably feel that he's not being appreciated. So, we're just going to see where it goes from there.
I don't think there's a problem with the fact that he's exercising his option to become a free agent, because I think that's a great business move because he's a great player. But when the comments that he makes are sometimes confusing because he's trying to figure out who is they that he's talking about. Is he talking about Chuck Daly? Is he talking about the management? Is he talking about Darryl Armstrong? Who's they? Are you they that he feels unappreciated? Are you that they?
I think he's talking about you, Kenny.
I appreciate you, Penny. You're all right with me, baby.
Well, maybe you're getting more sugar than he is. That's the problem. All right, we want to get back out now. Greg Popovich is at the podium. Let's listen into what he has to say.
Made any shots. It wasn't like one of us did a hell of a job the last 3.5 minutes. We just had a run in there in the fourth quarter where we did do that. But usually, you like to see your team do that the last 3 or 4 minutes. But we're thankful for that run. That's what did it for us offensively. But the win for us, it wouldn't even been possible without the team defense. I thought the guys played very good team defense against a very good Laker team, a team that's totally different from the one we played the last time we played them here. They're so much more disciplined. Their spacing is so much better, and they're so damn talented. It's scary. So they're a handful, and we're lucky to come out with this one tonight.
All right, he talked about the defensive effort. Just 38% shooting from the field is what they held the Lakers to. We'll see what happens in Game 2 on Wednesday. That game, the second half of a doubleheader on TNT. We're just getting started on Inside the NBA. Highlights of tonight's game on the way, including the Pacers and Sixers. And Indiana will concede some things to Allen Iverson, but not everything. And this Rose tonight had a thorn. Also, a look ahead to New York, Atlanta tomorrow. Is Patrick ready for another grueling battle of big men? We'll find out after this.
So, you going to buy this car
this
today?
SUV today or not?
Just for you.
I'm going to talk to my boss. No hassles, no haggling, low prices. Log on to autobytel.com. We're changing the way America buys cars.